Miki, if you're watching, dude, get on and accept the invite, bruh. Don't make me tell you again. I'm watching you. See, there we go. That's much better. That's way better. What's going on, everybody? This is Heike here, and today we got Miki and we got Moss here playing with us today, guys. Today is gonna be another chill stream, and I've been having a lot of fun playing Lawyer recently. Like, look at this win rate. This win rate is almost, well, it used to be 85, but we've been kind of sucking it up, guys. As you can see, we lost 2 times, and I lost 10% of my win rate, so feels bad, man. But I will say, honestly, oh, I kind of messed up this game. How did I mess up a game where I kited for 260 seconds? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. That just goes to show, guys. You do one mistake and then you lose the game. Come by with other people's mistakes, of course. But guys, I think we're gonna continue playing Lawyer today because Lawyer is a lot of fun for me to play. I just love just raw kiting hunters, just showing how much you can do with literally just raw kiting, and it's actually more realistic than I actually imagined at first. This was a stupid match. This was just a stupid match, but honestly, let's be realistic here. You're not going to be cutting 252-second Blood Queens as Lawyer, and you're not going to... Well, you could kite 260 Hell Umber. But guys, come on. I feel like if we were facing the very best hunters, this wouldn't be so easy. But I would say Lawyer is a lot better than I expected. And we're going to keep playing Lawyer because I feel like a lot of people underestimate the power of Lawyer still. How did man kite 200 plus and lose? Alright, so hear me out. On the kite, I should probably tell her it's okay to start. You can start. Does Miki know him? Oh. Never mind, this is a random who was just recruiting me. Alright then. Well, bro, they just got a really lucky pull getting me. Cause, oh my god, because I thought this was someone from my friends list. Alright, guys, so I guess we're playing with this recruit here. Alright, guys, well, I guess we're gonna stay here. Like, I wouldn't have anyone else anyway. Dude, this whole time I thought this was someone here in my friends list. This is just some random who just randomly recruited me. Maybe they know me. Do I know this person? I feel like I've seen their name before. That's why I thought this was someone on my friends list. Schmitty and Psyche starting a stream at the exact same time. Yo, when does Schmitty stream? Welcome, Schmitty. I know he's not here, but like, welcome back to you streaming, my good old pal, Schmitty. I was wondering what you meant by Moss. See, I do know them. Or at least they know me. I don't know if I know them. They're literally watching. They're watching, bro. I've never met you, but I've heard of you. Oh. Gotcha. Time to watch 2 streams on 1 screen. Nice to meet you in person. You too. Alright. Got a new cartilage piercing and it hurts so much. I'm suffering. Yo, young bamboo, don't worry, man. You're gonna be a-okay. Just wait it out a week. Hurts a lot for now, but you'll get through it. We doing VC, bruh? No VC today. I don't feel like VCing. Miki, you goon. You don't know what a cartilage piercing is? Miki doesn't know his body parts. It's an ear piercing for all the guys. It's an ear piercing, right? That's where cartilage is. In the ear. Oh no, they play a Tetris Tide Turner. Oh no. Guys, I feel like this was a mistake. This may have been a mistake. I'm kidding. Although I really wouldn't go Tide on a Enchantress. Not a very good rescue character. Psyche, ISTG, I swear to God, I think that's what it means. Don't go after my 8-badge lawyer season. Yo, I'm sorry, but your lawyer is gone, and you're dropping at least 1 placement because of me. Anyone else also playing Chasing Shadows too much? No. Oh, look, they switched! Yo, thank you, Hysteria. Trust me, you ain't gonna regret it. I imagine they have Tide Turner because no one takes Tide Turner, so... Makes perfect sense to me. Sonya, what's up, Sonya? Thank you for the 2 pounds. Why are they spawning? Can you play 1 composer match for me? We'll see. That was a good spawn. Until they went in the corner. Never pick corner spawns. Long story short, guys, it's just too easy to corner you. Unless I think this is what's gonna happen. I think the game will push you out of the corner and push you towards like logs. You're still pretty far away though from logs. We can pull out the map, see exactly where they spawn. I'm curious. Yeah. No, that's pretty deep in the corner. Never mind. Yeah, they're kind of in trouble. Alright. Okay, so in that case, I'm not gonna do the cipher. Unless... Oh my god, they're so screwed. It looks like I hope you get #1 lawyer. Thank you. I don't know, this match doesn't seem too promising so far. You know what? By the time I reach that cipher, the cipher would unlock. I think it's about the same time to wait here. We're also risking someone being on that cipher already. Not the instant hit. To be fair, it was Blood Queen. It was Blood Queen, to be fair. Sagi, it's been a hot minute since I was able to catch a stream of yours. What's up, Angel Hearts? Welcome. Glad to see you here. At least she got the mirror out. I mean, I guess you got a point. There be people dying to Blood Queen without getting 2 mirrors out, but 2 mirrors is like way below average. It's because you picked a character that's just not good. You know, if you pick stuff like Prospector and Enchantress, in theory good, on paper not really. They don't start with an ability, so you just often get hit to their Hunter's first ability. And if it's Blood Queen, well, as long as they don't miss their mirror, you're guaranteed to get hit. It's really tough. Like, no way to hide either. At least survivors who have a way to hide, or a way to see if the Hunter's coming after them, they have a much bigger advantage than even Enchantress does. Because, like, she's gonna have to kite. She doesn't know exactly which side Hunter's coming from, or where they are approaching from. Spawn selection makes it easier, but if anything, it also makes it harder, because now Hunter is gonna be able to track you down a little bit easier. So you gotta get a little creative with your hiding spots in that case. In corner, not a lot of good options in corner to hide. You're almost always getting seen. You could definitely get creative with the walls. Not saying that, but it's very hard. This is why you play Gardener and learn to kite without an ability. Not necessarily. You're not necessarily kiting without an ability. The ability is like your one perfume, essentially. You do start with an ability, I'd like to think. At least I'd like to think. I'm not trying to get chased here, so Hunter is going after her. Alright, good. She got the mirror out, but she did get hit afterwards. So that's actually the same as if she got hit by the mirror, because that mirror is gonna come back about the same time. So Eki, any chance I can pay you to not go after my top lawyer? No. If I could, I'd just stop getting character knowledge points by choosing not to get them, but I want to play the character, and the game just gives it to me right away, so nothing I can do about it. Seki better show us his ass badge of lawyer. This is really bad. This is really bad. We can't have people spawning in corners. The spawn she picked was perfect, originally. The one on the side of the small boat. That one was perfect for two reasons. It's by a good kiting area. You are a little bit far, so if it's something like Wuching or Percy, you might be a little it might be a little bit scary at first. But because someone spawned on the other side of small boat, that won't be happening. So that's a nice advantage there. The other thing is it prevents Hunter from easily blocking Big Bow. Like, if they want to block Big Bow, they're going to have to spawn Cornfield or Back Hunter. Those are horrible places for Hunter to spawn. Oh, crap. Because Survivor doesn't want to kite there anyway. Like, they're going to kite away from those areas. So, if anything, it's actually a good thing. Hunter's coming from this direction, my man. I love how she sees me pull up my map, walking away from that direction and still heading there. Oh, my God. That's crazy. So I think we do lose this game. We're not going to have a Cypher. We're not going to have a Cypher. As simple as that. Use your mirror at least. That was in the wrong direction. Oh, she's trying to hit the mercenary. Okay. Honestly, I would have gone after the lawyer there. Just so the lawyer has to rescue sooner. Do you want to use a blink? No, she can't even terror shock me. Maybe she hits the chair. Honestly, if she dies here, then we lose. So I kind of have to take that hit, otherwise we lose. And maybe pray she does something. It's so easy to just hit her if she perfectly times it. Okay, no, Blood Queen missed barely. Alright, because you can actually hit people on the other side of that window just by following. You pulled out Death Note, you were force threatening her death? Dude, it doesn't matter what skin I play. I see what you're saying. I get it. It's funny though. If you see Enchantress, you see Corner. Oh dear Lord. Oh dear baby Jesus. Let's see what she does. We don't need the map to get the faster decode. There used to be a time where you needed to hold the map as lawyer to get the faster decode. And if your map right now, you just not have the faster decode anymore. They changed that a few updates later. Although I am never going to be able to double my vault speed if I don't keep that map, so it's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about that. We'll still improve our vault speed without having the map. Pretty sure, right? Maybe not. Again, there used to be a time where like you had to have your map to pull off certain things. I'm pretty sure she sees my shadow. No, okay, so she was just aiming at the Cypher. It looked like to me she was aiming at me because I thought she'd maybe see my shadow. Lucky for me, I guess it didn't show up. I'm gonna go around this side of the building. Alright, making sure she's not trying to cut me off. I guess this is where the map would be better than the illusion. So I can clearly see where she is. Because like right now, the only reason I know for sure where she is because I played in Big Boat so much that I just recognize how glitchy the red light is. The red light on Big Boat can be hella glitchy. Like the red light of the hunter. Like they're walking around and the red light will show up like way further away than they actually are. So it takes a little bit of experience navigating Big Boat using the red light because it can be really deceiving. Same for Hospital. I'm sure you guys have been walking up the hospital stairs right by Birdcage, and And well, out of nowhere, it shows like a red light, even though they just entered the what's it called, the hospital area, the hospital entrance from the other side. And I don't think they ever fixed that. Honestly, I probably didn't need that illusion because I don't think she was in range of a hit. But I did want to be safe. Let's see if she's actually following me. Yep, she is. I gotta be careful here though, because this mirror is gonna cause problems. So I gotta go on the side. She's probably gonna drop down right here. Hello, how you doing? Miki's searching a chest, and I'm actually dead here. Unless we can reach this pallet, because both those other pallets were gone. Thank God she went for a swing there, and not going around the pallet, because then we'd have to pray for a lucky pallet boost then, and not get hit. Although now we died in mirror. Maybe we'll like juke her, but there's no way to survive. In reality. Alright. Miki was opening a chest in basement. Alright. Did they fix the terror shock thing with lawyer? I don't know about that. That's actually a good question. I was like thinking, what other way could you get terror shock besides like interacting? And I guess magician illusion is the one way. I didn't think about that. Yeah, we can't do anything about this game. Like, if people spawn in corners, that's how you lose games, because that's one of the worst ways to spawn. Like, I don't care if it's graveyard, I don't care if it's hospital shed, I don't care if it's arms factory shed. The game does not spawn you where you think you are. Long story short, like hospital shed is like the better corner spawns you could pick. But the problem with graveyard is that hunter always spawns above you instead of spawning red carpet. A small hunter spawns at like the god pallet with the window, because what happens is, as a survivor, you're gonna be spawning graveyard below the hunter, and all the pallets are moving like this, like sideways. They're all parallel with each other. They're like straight lines. There's no walls blocking from one direction. But there are tons of walls. Like, let's say hunter's coming from red carpet, and there's a wall right here. The wall's gonna be blocking them. They can't go through this wall. They gotta go like around it like that, and that's annoying for hunters. So what they do is they spawn up here on the wall, so they just go left or right, see which side you're going, and it makes graveyard a lot worse because of that. Still really good, don't get me wrong, but graveyard is not a place we really want to start cutting off at. If they have faster pallet breaking and they're coming from God Corner, not only are they gonna shred the pallet, but you're not gonna be able to make it to church. You don't want to go red carpet because you're gonna die. They're like, long story short, there's so many reasons you don't want to be spawning in corners. Like, even on the supposed good areas, you don't want to be spawning corners. Long story short, I'm not gonna explain everything. But I'm just gonna say it's alright. I wanted to goof around a bit. Alright. Everyone's got their own definition of goofing up. Hey Psyche, I'm a huge fan. Notice me, OMG. What's up, Ellie? Nothing against her, guys. It's just like a common trend I see. Like, you go Enchantress, Hunter goes Blood Queen, there's nothing you can do. Like, I can't even say that that player is bad. That players had nothing to do there. That's just the spawn they gave themselves, the survivor they picked. There's nothing they can do about that. Nothing they can do about that. So, like, are they a bad player? No. I don't think they're a bad player. They just said they were goofing off, so what am I supposed to do about that? I told someone to not spawn Graveyard. Because it's a car and they tell me you're wrong. Did I read that out already? Why is this music so epic? I actually don't like this music that much. It's one of the, what's it called? The music discs you can get, but it's alright. It's like you play Enchantress, I'm not playing Enchantress. They forced out a mirror on a rebound, that's pretty decent. I mean, I guess it's decent. It's not even guaranteed that they're going to be able to do something with that mirror if you didn't force it out, but I guess. My dad's near me, so I had to turn Psyche down. Yeah, your dad doesn't want to be hearing Psyche around the house. Psyche says some pretty wacky stuff sometimes. Dude, I can't imagine playing the game without music. They add so much charm to the game, so much like soul. Like, where's the soul in playing the game without music? There's no soul. I need to listen to sounds while kiting, but if I kite in other silence, I get bored. I see where it's coming from. For me, like, I played this game with music my whole life. Whole time I've been playing this game, it's always been with music. And I can easily spot out, like, let's say I hear a hunter vaulting. I can easily spot that out. Like, the sound of each hunter vaulting. And it's not because, maybe the music might be too loud for you guys. I do have the music low. But at the same time, I put the sound at the same level of the music. So it doesn't matter if it's low or high. If they're the same level, it's always going to be equal in volume compared to both. So I've always played with equal music and equal sound. And I can still tell if White Wucheng is vaulting a window twice to try to fool me. So if I go behind a wall after they vault something, and I hear them vaulting it again, well, I heard them vaulting it again, even with the music, I'm going back around. Because some hunters will do that. There are going to be times where you're behind a wall and you're not sure if the hunter is vaulting, and you'll use sounds for that. And if you don't know when they're vaulting, it's because, like, you're behind a wall. Like, let's say God pallet at church, like between graveyard and back gate. There's that pallet in that window. Sometimes you vault that window and go towards the pallet. You're not sure if they're vaulting. How are you going to figure that out? By the sound of them vaulting. Is a good way. I know some people, what they like to do, and I've thought about this is a common trend in Dead by Daylight. They walk up to the window, they point their red light at the window, so the red light is across the window, so it looks like they're vaulting, but they never actually start the vault, and then they just walk backwards. Because they're assuming that maybe you're judging based off the light or something like that. You're judging based off the light or something like that. So that's another way. Like, they do it a lot in Dead by Daylight, and mostly because there's so few pallet areas and window areas in that game. Like, if you vault a pallet or window, you seriously have to start running immediately. Like, you don't have time to sit around to see, okay, are they actually fooling me, or are they actually going around? Because very often, if you wait for that, they're gonna hit you. If they did choose to go around, you were just waiting there. And that's the one thing I don't like about Dead by Daylight, is that, like, the walls are so short. Sometimes you seriously just have to take a guess. Are they going to vault this or not? Or are they going to go around? And it's really annoying. One of the many annoyances I have with Dead by Daylight. So, there should be a cipher right here at God Corner. Pretty cool. Man, I love Tetris. Random comment from Miki. Alright then. I need to be able to hear dungeon and music too loud. I can understand dungeon. That one I get even more than the sounds, because that one's seriously quiet. That one sometimes I genuinely can't hear all the way. But typically the way it works is by the time I can hear the dungeon, I can already see it, if not see it before I ever hear the sound. So I've never thought about, like, the dungeon sound being important. Or let's say the dungeon's behind a wall, right? I'll be able to hear the wind, or like the wind effect around the dungeon when I'm like 12 meters from the dungeon, right? But if it's on a map, like, how many maps have a wall blocking their dungeon? Or like grass at the bottom of the dungeon? I know Arms Factory has one at Shed that's like blocking the way. The grass is blocking the dungeon, so it's hard to see. The sound's not going to really help you for that much, because you have to get pretty close. By the time you get close, you're trapped in that area of dungeon not already there. So I've never really considered hearing the dungeon a big deal, because either you can see it, or if you can see it, you have to get so close to it that even if it's not there, even if you hear that it's not there anymore, you're trapped in that corner. So it's like a commitment. I've never thought about it. like the sound actually being important. Very often it's just, usually it's like, well, now you're in a corner or something like that. And if it's like in the middle of the map, you can just see it usually. Like I could call if I'm standing at bridge right there, at broken bridge, broken carousel bridge with that cipher. I can already call out is dungeon at slide and is dungeon at the near bridge without even actually standing on the dungeon, near the dungeon, just being on the bridge. I can call out both those dungeon spawns without hearing the sound. I guess I'd be able to hear the sound from bridge over there, but again, I'd just be able to see it by then. I don't think we're going to be doing this, by the way. This rescue. I don't know if Mickey's just not shaking a cipher. Oh yeah, Mickey was never shaking a cipher, so the hunter didn't know if there's someone rescuing because only 2 ciphers are shaking. So he finished the cipher. I guess if the hunter remembered he finished the cipher across the map, she would know, okay, once I see these other 2 ciphers shaking, I know there's no people who can rescue. The geisha really should have gone after journalists there instead of going after the cipher, but either she didn't see, like, she didn't remember the cipher shaking, the cipher finishing earlier than these 2 shaking to know that, okay, no one can possibly make this rescue, just go straight after journalists. So that did buy us like 10-15% free decode time just from the geisha being scared there to check again. Oh man, Mickey's dead already. And we can't do that cipher. Does Dead by Daylight have a mini-map? I don't remember. I don't remember that. Gotta pick this up. Wow, she just immediately dashed, so we just immediately canceled her dash. That's why you don't dash right away. Same thing, maybe? There we go. That was a little bit scary, not gonna lie. A little bit scary. But we're gonna just stall out this rescue. Wait until like 45. I could have waited even longer there, if I'm being perfectly honest. Don't die, Psyche. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna try to... if she goes after me, though, I'm so dead. Yeah, look at that. She's going after me. She might be. I'm not sure yet. Okay, look at that. Look at that. That's so sus. That's so sus. I can't afford to go down right here. Once she dashes, it'll be safe. Okay, there we go. We're so done for, though. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have any butterflies because she kept using them immediately off of cooldown. No, I'm guessing she has some because she's coming after me. No, she just abnormals. Okay. See, I wonder if I know this. Do I know Hysteria? Where would I know Hysteria from if I know them? Yeah. Literally no way to survive here. No way to win, no way to do anything. You're gonna dash to that? I'd love to pick up that butterfly, but I'm so scared she's like gonna dash on top of it at the same time. We're just done for. Maybe we'll get like a long kite in just for BM. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing I can do. This is like another game where like, okay, someone goes down pretty fast. And then, again, same thing. We can't do anything once, stop that. Nope, it didn't stop it. Where it's like, alright, well, now we're here. What do we do now? You know? We should be good because we also have the boost still helping us out. I need a butterfly. Could I get a butterfly from you? Give me a butterfly. Okay. I don't know how I didn't grab that butterfly, but alright. That's so annoying. Again, this is another game where you can't afford to go Enchantress. This is another game where it's like, you need something for the dash. If they get a good dash on, you need something. Either be able to hide from them, either be able to run away, either get veteran bonus and get across the map. And Treasure has literally nothing. You use a triple stack, she's just gonna dash back on you and you have nothing again. Like, your options are save your abilities, go down, triple stack them on chair to get yourself out of a bad area, and then Again, it's nothing personal. Just like, I don't get why people go Enchantress. It's a horrible survivor. The whole way you gain your ability is through dying, and when you die, you put your team in a bad situation. In theory, you can get your abilities by kiting, but with literally no way of kiting. You don't get increased volume, you don't get faster movement speed, you don't get any like other things to help you on the kite. You have to spawn yourself in a good area. Honestly, that's the only way. To even have a chance. Like, we're just talking about a chance here. We're not even talking about, okay, you're going to be guaranteed. I heard holding the fly and letting go rather than just tapping is better. I don't know about that. I don't know that for a fact. I do it, but I never use it on a kite. I'll just hold it and it'll light up yellow and then I drag my finger away. Because I like seeing it light up yellow. But I never actually hold it because fly was one of those abilities where you don't really want to awkwardly have to hold it if it turns out you don't need it. Because then it's really awkward trying to get your finger off of it and all that stuff. So I don't think it makes a difference, honestly. You're worried about how many free hits end up happening? That's the easy part. Avoiding the free hits is the easy part. Do you know your routes? Simple as that. The hard part is now, what happens if Thunder starts using their abilities? Do you have an ability to stop it? If you don't, well, technically it's not a free hit, but I'm sorry, it would still be a bad kite in that case, regardless of whether it was a free hit or not. Like, what am I supposed to say about that? Mickey, if you think it's a bad kite because like they gave free hits, but it's not a bad kite if they didn't give free hits, then I guess you're free to believe that. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at like how many servers we have. I don't care how you do it, just do it. Just do it. And it's like maybe they don't know their routes, maybe they're like just playing a bad character, maybe they don't know where to spawn. If I see a might I sigh loudly, yeah. You know who starts off with an ability? Composer. Aren't you funny, Scab? Who's their skill level? Who's there? What are you talking about there? I'm just meaning in general. Oh, are you also meaning in general? I swear I'm about to see all my different players and could we change out. Like, if I see someone like St. Peter, I will go the crappy character just so they don't end up playing it. I don't always do it, but if I get St. Peter like 2-3 times in a row, I'm gonna be like, okay, what crappy character are they playing that's just instantly getting them killed? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna save them from themselves. Literally, that's what I have to do sometimes. And it's so dirty, because I don't want to be like picking your character and then just switching last second, but I got no choice. I gotta save you from ourselves. This is a team game. Save you from yourself so that all of us are not going down, bro. It's a clown. Clown with visit. Oh man. Oh man, would lawyer be sad here if he were to go clown. Where would I even spawn? Big boat, I guess. I guess I'd spawn big boat. Where would Miki spawn? Miki would... Small boat would be pretty good. Perfume could spawn Shed. He could also go Shed. If it would be Clown, that would be pretty scary. It's like you could just block him, you're still in Griffin, so he gets exposed. I haven't matched with St. Peter yet. Spawn right over here. Okay, and she stole my spawn. Alright then. The reason we spawn our rescuer there is because the rescuer will want to do the middle cipher. The middle cipher is dangerous for everyone to do except the rescuer, and we gotta get it out as quickly as possible. Because it could lead into some awkward people getting chaired their situations. There's situations where like Hunter could like chair someone out like near logs, near small boat, like coming from big boat. Even there's like a chair towards Crab Shack Like, if it's a hunter with high mobility, like right here, this chair right here, they'd be able to reach middle. Like, if it's something like Isha, it'd be really scary doing middle at that stage of the game. So we rather have a rescue spawn where there is a good cipher for them to do. Of course, they still want to be careful. Like, make sure you don't just run up there and just end up getting chased immediately. But like, that's the important part. You can only block 6 people. Hey, it used to be like 3. You guys remember when it used to be 3? It used to be 3, right? They upped that. They upped that number. It used to be just 3. Just had 400% decoding progress in one match. That's a yikes. That feels really bad, man. Alright, Hysteria took a... I was gonna say they'll be good until Blink. Hi, Psyche Gain. What's up, evenings, guys? I remember watching StreamVow where you were pissed and encountered a Mind's Eye player and angrily snatched Mind's Eye for the good. Dude, sometimes I just don't have patience for it. Like, if I see someone going a crappy character, and like, I am so sick of losing, I'm just gonna be like, fine, you don't get to play this character anymore. You lost your Mind's Eye privileges. Long time ago, you lost your Mind's Eye privileges. It's like, do you and Miki have room for a rank? Can I join? Yeah, we'll invite you. Okay. I'm you know, I'm just gonna say it. I don't want to be that guy saying, "Oh, this is a loss," but sadly, you can't block when you get champion. Yeah. Honestly, they should have blocks at all levels. I don't understand why you can't, why, like, what's wrong with blocking after a certain level? It's not like there's not enough people playing this game. There's always gonna be people playing this game, guys. Back even when I was waiting 30 minutes for a match every single day. Like, no. Sometimes there was one session where I got 1 match the whole rank session. No, well, it was like 2 or 3. My brother, I remember, he only got 1 match the whole rank session. One time he got 0 matches the whole rank session. He had a 2-hour wait time. He had 120 wait time. I think he would have gotten in the hundreds had his rank partner not like quit the match and started matching again. But dude, he went a whole rank session without getting a single match. And you know what? That's when blocking becomes an issue. But dude, if you get a match within 5 minutes of each other, I'm okay waiting 5, 10. I'd be okay even waiting 15 minutes for a match. Because honestly, I'm not in a rush to play matches a lot. Because playing matches is stressful, you know? If you are just starting off the game, you want to get as many matches as possible so you can improve as quickly as possible. But otherwise, it's kind of like a yikes. Honestly, if I go for this rescue, we get blinked on. We're so dead. So I meant to ping take over my cipher, not that. I can't get Terror Shock here, so I'm just gonna wait until 95 or whenever he hits. But I do need to make sure I actually reach the chair without getting hit twice. That's the important part. Okay, so he did get the blink. That was pretty good. That was pretty solid. 54, 95, 73. Yeah, honestly, there was a chance of winning there. So I'm glad I went for the rescue. Because if you're close to winning the matches, if you're close to getting all your ciphers done, you may as well go for the rescue. And even if he switches targets and the ciphers are not done by then, you guys are going to have so much time to just do a new cipher. Especially because I'm playing Lawyer, Accelerated Decode. I'm decoding 60% faster right now, if you include Brewing Effect. 50 if you don't include Brewing Effect, but still, it's really good. And you know what? Perfumer's going to maybe have that cipher prime. It doesn't look like that cipher's shaking. Okay, now it's shaking. Alright, good. Okay, so she might be getting chased here. If she does get chased here, it's okay. Not a big deal. Wait, I was thinking about maybe not rescuing there in case someone goes down. Because it's really, really bad if you have to end up rescuing someone with a with half-health teammates, because that means you're going to get hit before the rescue. That means the person on chair gets literally no time to run away or do anything. Alright, she might get teleported with a crow here. If she does, honestly, it would have been pretty good to pop there. But it's okay if she doesn't. We're just going to have Miki go to my cipher. Wait, my cipher's not primed. Shoot. Miki, go to middle if you're listening to stream. Don't go to that cipher. Do not. That's a bad idea. We're definitely gonna die if we try that. Honestly, it would be better if she popped that window. Not that window. The cipher, because now it's not a gimme anymore. Okay. He got a little too close to middle. It kind of sucks. He doesn't have the crow up. We know that for sure. And the crow's going to go on me, not the perfumer. So if he teleports, it's going to be on me. I think he might have the crow back, though. Yeah. Honestly, she has to pop that. We're so screwed. This is basically end of the game right here. I know he doesn't have teleport up, and I know he can't teleport with this crow. His teleport might be like up in like 10 seconds, maybe, but it won't be a lot. I'll let Miki take this window because he's dead on chair. I'm not dead on chair if I go down, so I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about me. I'm gonna go behind these boxes because he can't dash on me because these boxes in the way. So really clutch there. That's why I chose this window over the other one. Although the other window would still be good. I'd still survive going the other window. So not to say I wouldn't survive there. But this window will allow me to reach these pallets here. That's the idea. And then maybe get dungeon. So like I don't want to just kite to survive for one window. I want to be kiting to survive through multiple seconds. Not just like this one encounter where we have where I'm like, okay, I need to survive this encounter. I'm not trying to survive this encounter. I'm trying to survive all the way until dungeon can be open. It's going to take a while, so I'm trying to plan the route in a way where I can reach other good areas. So if you guys saw that, Miki had a crow on him. Miki walked away from the gate so that the crow would not be able to be teleported on the gate. Now I'm going to, again, walk away from the gate here. So that way Miki can safely get it open. And if he teleports, it's going to be on me away from Miki. So we could actually get a dungeon escape here. A lot of people play this poorly against Nightmare. A lot of people will be like, okay. A lot of people will just see it's Nightmare and they don't even care they have a crow. They'll do it on the gate and then that's what ends up killing them. And so you got to be playing like this. This is how you got to be playing against Nightmare. Where you get the crow off the gate, you take it to a safe area where you can kite if you get teleported on it, and then you get dungeon. Because he has literally no chase. The only way I see people losing to Nightmare late game is because they think it's okay. They think I'm sure they don't think it's okay to decode with a crow, but they're like, oh, well, I don't know what to do. Like time's ticking. Like I'm in a rush. I gotta get this gate open. You don't have to get the gate open. Against Nightmare. Nightmare is not a good chasing character. He has a bunch of map pressure with nothing good to show for it. So as long as you're in a good kiting area, where if he teleports on you, you just survive. There's nothing he can do. As long as you don't let yourself get teleported on an area where you just die. Because, yeah, if I stayed on that gate, we would die. We would die. Maybe the gate would have been open on time, but don't take that chance. I don't want to encourage that. So, in that situation, we might have had the gate open. But I see people walking up to a gate with 0%, crow sitting on the gate. They pick up the crow, but they don't walk away from it. They just keep doing the gate. They just get teleported on. They just die. Because there's nothing good to use. The only time that's okay to do is if you're like playing Mercenary. You're playing, I don't know, Gravekeeper. Something that like takes you to a good area or you survive a hit and then get to a good area. But even something like Gravekeeper, sometimes the area's not close enough. So just take that with a grain of salt. Remember, just take the crow away. Let your teammates do the gate. And if you get teleported on, plan around a gate. Wait out the tension. I don't know. Even if dungeon wasn't there, I'd just go straight for gate. I know he would, did he have teleport straight up? He did have teleport. I guess I'd have to time it with a boost. Get to gate. Get close to gate. And then when I take a hit, it would be okay to take a hit once I'm closer to gate. And with veteran bonus, I think we'd even have extra space to make it. Then like other survivor would be able to. Oh, add you? Yeah, we should probably add you. block them if they think like that. Who? Hi, Bucky. You're ranking with my friend. Hysteria? Yeah, we're making with them. I think they're very nervous. They're really nervous here, so. We did end up tying that though. That was a pretty clutch tie. Hold up. One sec. I know I misspelled that, but I hope they understand. Dav, which one is you? I think I named you, right? Oh, you should be at the top, actually. Okay. He's gonna bring in Sarah. It's like you're gonna rank on your alts? We'll see, maybe. I don't know. Because the problem when I do alt rank is that we're always like waiting 10-15 minutes on a match. And at that point I would just rather do a quick match. But even then it's kind of a hard time. I really just do the alt account just to help out making videos. That's the only reason that account exists. Because sometimes I'll need like... I won't need someone to play the game. I just need someone to be in the exact specific spot that I need them to be. Like maybe looking in a specific direction. And it's really hard to tell someone. Like let's say I have a human who's like willing to help me. But I'm like, okay, I need you to do this. Stand here. Do that. Like it's really hard to describe all of that. Right? It's a lot of extra work on like... Alright, I need you to stand exactly here. I'm gonna graffiti where you go. Alright, now stand there. Now, exactly when I do this, you have to do that. Like... It's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain trying to do it because sometimes I'll be testing something, other times I'll be like, okay, I just need you sitting in a rocket chair. Alright, that's literally it. That's why I feel bad having other people come help me. Either because it's hard to describe what I need them to do, or they're just standing around. Or they're just standing around, like maybe I need them to check for something. Like one time I had Tato help me out, testing something for photographer. Like, can you figure out photographer, like where photographer is? In which world based off like deteriorate and panic, and we found out yes you can, but the thing is I needed a what's it called, I needed 3 people for that. So I mean in that situation I would need 3 accounts. So and like same thing with rescuing people. If I were to make a rescue guide I would again need 3 accounts. So like 2 accounts isn't even enough. I would need 3 accounts to test everything possible. And some situations I'm just gonna need a full team. You know, some situations are going to be like, okay, I need a full team. I need you guys all to be walking. And that's in that kind of case, I can't have just myself controlling stuff. So some situations it will be better like, okay, I have extra accounts that I can just leave around. That's what Stinky is for. That's what the alt account is for. It's not to play on. It's not to collect skins and sell it later. It's just so it's easier to film videos, like just test something. So like with the Tato thing, I needed to be photographer on my main account because she doesn't have photographer and my alt account doesn't have photographer. And either way, I want to have an extra survivor just to see, okay, is it just other survivors who can tell? Or is it just the injured person? Like, based off panic, could you tell based off deteriorate? And deteriorate will only the injured person will be able to tell. So that's why all this stuff matters. If I were to do a rescue guide, I would need 3 people. Because if I only have 2 people, the moment I chair that guy, they're going to die immediately, right? And so, plus I would need a hunter. So like, if I'm the hunter, well then we don't have like a second person to rescue, and if I'm the survivor, if I'm both the survivors, we don't have a hunter. So like, I think 3 accounts is what I need. I might need a 3rd account. It's official, like you doing custom stuff. Oh yeah, the question was, will I do rank on the alt account after this rank? Probably not. I'll give it a try. I don't mind waiting a long time on the main account, because on the main account it's like things are serious. I gotta play well. No joking around. Because obviously I feel bad when I play bad. And the best way to not play bad is to just not play. So that's why I don't mind when I have like 30-40 minute matches. I'm like, okay, well, there's literally nothing in the game that I don't know. I know every single route, what to do against every single hunter, and play every single best survivor. There's no reason, except Anki, I guess, and Priestess. There's no reason I should be going down here. And sometimes I will go down. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, sometimes it happens. Like, it's gonna happen. And so that's why I'm like not super geeked out that we're not getting like 2-second matches instantly. Chad is just talking about weed. Alright then. Alright. This is another map, guys, where I see people spawn at factory. This is like one, if I see you spawn in the corner at factory, I'm like, I won't complain. I'm not gonna say it's bad. Because I'm not sure if it's necessarily better to spawn away from factory, because the thing is, Hunter will then spawn factory and prevent you from going there. So this is like a situation where you spawn in a corner. It's like, it's not like something I can say, oh, this is definitively better. Alright? This is like a situation where it's like a you receive this, but you lose out on this. So if I spawn factory, I would get an OP cutting area. I lose out on time where I could be walking away. I lose out on the ability to hide because I'm just trapped in a corner. But if I spawn where I spawn, then I lose out on the best area in the game. But I get the ability to walk away from the hunter, waste their time just walking after me. Of course, this is a clown here, so we just need to drop both these pallets and we're going to be safe pretty much. Although I'm just going to drop one because we don't need both pallets up necessarily. I'm also going to farm up some window vault, because against this hunter, this is definitely a hunter where vaulting fast really matters. This is the only hunter in the game, so I'm perfectly okay wasting like 10 seconds here just vaulting stuff, because it's so important you are able to vault so fast against this hunter, against specifically Clown. Wow, you know what? I never considered how good Journalist is against Clown. You just leave it at the pallet, he just can't cross the pallet anymore. Plus, he might just hit the little bro on top of that, so that's pretty good. That's a pretty good use of Journalist. Of course, though, Enchantress doesn't start with anything against Clown, so she's in trouble. I'm sorry, Seki, I've deferred your whole chat to a conversation about illicit drugs. Dude, that's crazy. You guys are wild out here. You missed one window? Right, that window's really far away. That one, at that point, I don't think it's worth 3%. I'm not gonna walk up to the window. I could also just vault this pallet. I'm not vaulting the pallet because I want to keep the pallet boost. In the situation where he chooses not to even bother trying to go around, and he just hits the pallet immediately, I'll have, like, no boost to then make it to, like, factory or anything. And so I want to give myself the option. Now I'm gonna vault it, because he's definitely not gonna chase me. So, there we go. Now I get the max vault. I knew nothing about drugs until I started role-playing P. I don't get it. I don't know anything about the story of the game. I just know a couple things. Like, I know Mercenary, Forward, Wildling, and Magician are related in some way. Same with Gardener. Same with Gardener and Hellember. They're obviously, those are the obvious things. Like, that's obvious. Like, Arms Factory, the map we're playing on, related to Hellember. Like, it's very obviously laid out. But, like, some of the stuff like Ripper, the way they word those character deductions in the story after you 3-star a mission. I guess nowadays you only have to 1-star mission to get the info on their story for that mission. I'm talking about the, oh crap, I already finished all the lawyers' deductions, but it would show up in the top left. You guys know what I'm talking about. And if you finish and you go check the journal, it tells you some story about the character. And if you read Rippers, it just makes 0 sense. Like, I'm not gonna sit there trying to figure out this made-up guy's story, especially when his story isn't even, like, he's inspired off of Jack the Ripper. But guys, I don't know anything about Jack the Ripper. So, if I were to know anything about Ripper, and if the story is based off Jack the Ripper, I'd just rather look up Jack the Ripper, right? Because I'm sure detectives lay that out much more nicely than the devs. Crap, that's very bad. We should be able to reach it. Never mind. He won't even give me the chance to reach it. I have a feeling he put on an infinite rocket. He did. I can literally see that. I see it on his rocket. Confined space? No. I'm actually going to use this window, because if I use the other window, it's kind of easy to go around. Although now it's also still pretty easy to go around. So he's going to just rocket here and go around. Oh, he blinked. Okay, I'm okay with that then. A rocket plus a blink, that's a pretty good deal to me. I don't know why I slow vaulted there. I slow vaulted there because maybe there was like some awkward spots. You guys saw that. I was like walking in place there. I couldn't even have a chance to move around or do anything. So this is so nice. Usually, as every other survivor, I have to wait around the corner, wait for a red light to see if the hunter is actually vaulting it. This lawyer, I just sit here and just wait. Okay, I hope he just ran out of dash and didn't hit the wall. Because that would feel really bad if you put on an infinite rocket. Honestly, you could just pop it. I want to be real careful here. Alright, Hunter did change targets. Acrobat's doing that gate. We should be able to get this open before he comes here in time. Yep. I'm pretty sure that's gonna reset the animation. Like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna barely be able to hit me, then his animation gets reset by the firebomb. You know, if he hits the acrobat, that would be a good thing. That would reveal he has no attention to the journalist. Okay, now I can ping it. Mickey's just BMing like crazy. It used to be back then, before he could ping, the hunter has detention, has attention or doesn't have detention. It used to be that you just have to hope the hunter hits someone when they don't need to, because they're gonna anyway escape, and then reveal to the other teammates that, hey, this guy doesn't have detention. I didn't mean to click that. Jack the stripper. Alright, there we go. Griffin 2. This is where I'm supposed to start if I hit Titan. He wanted to hit badly. Bro needs all the points he can get. He just lost the match that really was all because of Clown. He did end up hitting that wall one time, but... Guys, it's Factory. How is he gonna catch a lawyer in Factory? And it sounds so dumb to say, but it doesn't have to do anything with the character. It just has to do with, like, okay, how broken is this area? Pretty broken? Alright, well, this dash is never connecting then. You guys remember? No, no one remembers this anymore. You have to be a pretty old player. Factory used to have 3 windows. Where that pallet is right now, it used to be a window, by the way. Oh, and if you don't think that's bad enough, like, if that wasn't bad enough to you, yes, you could infinite loop it. Even against Clown, he vaulted too slowly. You can just infinitely loop it if they don't have confined space, and there's nothing they can do about it. Clown maybe not because he vaults so fast, but if they pick something like Ripper, well, I guess now I think about Hellenberg, Gatekeeper basically and Clown basically vault all the same speed. But if they pick something like Ripper or Spider, yeah, they were done for. They were literally dead. I think Clown still isn't able to, though, if I'm remembering things correctly. Especially with a window boost. I remember they get close, but then a window boost just ruins it. And by the end of 40 seconds, when you finally start getting close, they just have their window boost back. And if that wasn't bad enough, there was Dungeon right next to Factory. Nowadays, Dungeon was moved to behind the rocket chair near Factory. That used to be behind the 2 pallets at Factory. So you'd literally have Hunter on one side of the window, Survivor on the other side of the window, where the pallet is now, and they just stare at each other until the tension runs out. And yeah, that's why they moved that. That's why they removed that window. That's why it's a pallet now, because you technically can't infinite loop it anymore. You can only loop it like 5-6 times, guys. Perfectly balanced, right? Only 5-6 times, like even against Clown, the fastest vaulter. If you properly use the windows in the right order, without like running backwards on yourself. I did that one time in Factory because I decided, hey, I should probably be using the other window instead of the one I was initially running to, because again, specifically this Hunter, he's just going to be able to dash on the side. Then I have to vault back into Factory, and this is a really good Clown. He's going to be able to go between the door, not hit the fence on the inside. And then just absolutely destroy me, or at least he'll get a hit on me. Again, that's really hard to do, but back when you were facing literally S-tier Clown players, like, I'm not talking about badges. Badges didn't expect them. I'm talking about when Clown was the best hunter in the game. You would not get Clowns who would mess up and hit walls, ever. Guys, we'd be talking about Lakeside Docks. Lakeside Docks, the wooden boards outside Lakeside. I'm not talking about the one that going to 2nd floor. I'm talking about the one where it's on the 1st floor, connected to the front of the boat going towards front gate. I'm talking about those wooden docks. Alright? Clowns would not hit any barrels on there or wall, and they just entered the big boat just by going on docks and inside that way. And I don't know what's more shocking. I don't know what's more shocking. When I first started, the fact that they didn't hit something, or I'd be more shocked where once I was more experienced, I'd be shocked that they did hit something on the docks. Like, I don't know which shock makes me more shocked. I think when I first started, it was just like, it just makes your mouth drop that they're able to control their dash docks and not hit any of those tiny barrels. Very similar to like fourth and first stop. Have you guys ever seen Clown Infinite Rocket up those stairs, past the roller coaster tracks, back down the other stairs? That stuff is scary. That stuff is scary. But yeah. Those were some crazy days. That was when Clown was the best hunter in the game. Of course, when Moonlit came out, Ripper also got buffed at the same time, and Ripper was the best hunter in the game for a while. Ripper and Dream Witch, those were the two best hunters in the game. First, it was Ripper and Soul Weaver. Soul Weaver was better than Ripper slightly. But then, when they nerfed Spider a bunch of times, it became Ripper and Dream Witch. So if you banned Dream Witch, you would very seriously see Ripper all the time. He was just the next best hunter. I always like going back in time, and for those who are just started, for those who like now that you've started but you understand what are the best hunters in the game, I just always like going back in time. Like, hey, remember Cloud? Cloud, one of the worst hunters in the game? Yeah, he used to be the best hunter in the game. Ripper, the one that Ellie thinks is one of the worst hunters, I don't think like Ripper is that bad. I don't think Ripper is a bad hunter at all. He does. But back then, Ripper was serious. Maybe he doesn't think that anymore. Because Ripper got his speed buff after chairing someone, which is really, really helpful for pressuring stuff after just chairing someone. But there used to be a time where Ripper was the best hunter. There was never a time where Geisha was the best hunter. The closest time Geisha was the best hunter was when Clown was the best hunter. And that was before she had her butterflies. That was when she was way worse. That was when Thief was the best survivor in the game, guys. There are so many reasons why Geisha, like, you'd be confused why Geisha was the second best hunter. But it's literally just because there was no other option at the time. Like, it just... Like, after a while, once Sculptor came out, Bomb, Blood Queen, yeah, people drop Geisha. Because there's, like, stuff like Perfumer now. There was stuff like Seer, Gravekeeper, even Mercenary. The issue with all these survivors is, regardless of their ability, how are they taking 2 hits back to back? Regardless of their ability... Hold up. How much damage was that? 0.3 plus 1.2, 1.5. She's at 1.5. We could save her if at least 2 people switch. Yo, Miki or Dev, if you're listening and you see her with a blue polarity, switch to blue. I'll switch to blue. Miki should also switch to blue. Dev should stay at red because we want him to rescue. Miki switched. Good job. So she will survive. Okay, we didn't need Rose to switch because now Rose is going to take unnecessary damage later. Because let's think about it. Rose is going to be at 0.6. Then he's definitely going to put red. Because we're all going to have red. And so Acrobat's going to die no matter what. Right? That was... Because then Dev is going to be at 0.9. Yeah, he's not going to be able to survive without sharing damage. So he shouldn't have switched there. He should have saved his switch for... On this hit. Like, Acrobat would have survived without him switching. Now he's at 1.8. Yep, you see. Now he's going to hit him. Now he's going to get damage on all of us. Now Dev will not be able to rescue without having to share damage with someone. So it's kind of like unnecessary damage. If you're going to have to give 3 hits, if you're going to do sheer damage, do it on the kite, not on the rescue. Because the rescue hit is going to happen no matter what. You want the kite to be as long as possible. I should have done this cipher. I didn't realize it wasn't connected. Yeah, so now I have to share with Dev, so Dev doesn't go down. Dev is going to go down if him and I don't share damage. And if you're confused why, it's because Hermit doesn't do 1 damage. He deals 1.2 damage. He's at 1.9. He's at 0.9 damage. 1.2 plus 0.9, that's 2.1. And you die at 2 damage. So, if we're going to say each health state is 1, then he would die. But he somehow made the rescue and just ended up hitting the, I shouldn't have touched that cipher. Okay. Acrobat went down anyway. I was gonna say I shouldn't have touched that cipher immediately after that Acrobat sheer damage. If you guys are wondering why he sheer damages, it's not his fault. The Hermit just put the sheer damage on him. There was nothing he could do. He just put 2 back-to-back shocks and got free damage on all of us. So obviously, if he had a choice, he wouldn't sheer damage with us because he's gonna go down no matter what. But long story short, that's why. And if you guys play Hermit, make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're doing that. I'm gonna keep sharing damage here, though. He should make it. No. No, he doesn't. There is something in place in the game. There is a mechanic in place where Hermit can't keep stunning you for 2 seconds. Like, if he stuns you again when you just got stunned, it'll reduce the stun to like 0.5 seconds. But if you wait, for whatever reason, the devs didn't like think about, well, what if the hunter just waits until after the stun's over and then stun you? The stun is still gonna be that was so weird, vaulting while dead. The stun's still gonna be 2 seconds long. Maybe it's after 2 shocks. Maybe I could do some testing on that. I still get the vault increase, right? Yeah, because I started the vault before I went down. Otherwise, how would I vault? We do have a lot of decodes, so that's not what I'm worried about. What I am worried about is how close that chair is to that cipher. Honestly, guys, he could just randomly use his 1000 presence right on top of the cipher. Although if he does that, it's okay to pop then. It's okay to pop because with a boost, I should be able to get up there. No, he can just block it. Never mind. Turret shock. No turret shock. We'll see what he does here. If he goes after me, we just pop immediately. He's gonna get charge on Miki. All right, Miki wants to pop. All right. Let's see what he does. He's switching. Oh no, he's going after Miki. So I recognize the animation of him using 1000 presence, but just to be safe, I'm going to assume that he's coming after the gate because I don't want to take that risk. Now, in case a teleport happens, we're gonna walk away from gate. So then Marcer is the one kiting and not me. And then right as it opens up, we'll walk in. Because that's another thing. People just camp by the gate when the gate is not even close to getting open. And even when it is close to getting open, you gotta time it walking to it right as it starts opening. Because if you're just hugging the gate when it's not close to open, then Hunter just teleports. Well, now they get to choose who they want to kill and is the easiest to kill. And then now you have 2 people down basically at the same time. And that's not good, obviously. So always make sure you're letting the best kiter do the gate while everyone else stays back. You don't want to be standing on that gate and then a teleport happens and then you're all dead. That'd be pretty bad. Alright. Who we got here? Who sent a message? Oh, Hysteria is on my friends list. Oh, God. I just sent him a friend request. Every time this man gets a kill, he pulls out a lawn chair and lights a cigar. That alone got us this. Miki out here. The moment I read that last few words, I'm like, yeah, this is Miki. Hold up, let me check who this is. Yep, it's Miki. Because there's a lot of times where I don't even read who's saying the message, and I'm like, what are they talking about? And I see who it is. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's this goofball again. Take care, Ripper. Have a good rest of your night. My back is so itchy, it won't stop helping me. Bro's gotta get herself a back scratcher. I just finished all my math homework in an hour. That was easy. That's good to hear. If he didn't take a sit on the porcelain throne every kill and pat himself on the back, maybe he would have been able to stop the siren. This goofball, guys. Don't listen to this goof. Nuh-uh. This goon is not it. Alright. Complete 3 matches daily for 7 days. Wow, that's a unique mission. I've never seen that. Take care, Ripper. Segi, did you see those pauses? Yeah, I don't know. That dude was just standing around a lot. He had to take a fat one in the... in the throne, as you were saying, right before he had to pick you up. He just had to. He just gotta give himself a second. Dude, I've had to take dumps while kiting. I remember that. Those are some good days. Like right as I pounced in, I'm like, ugh! Got that good stuff out. You are a decoder, but dude, only on a Psyche stream you hear this stuff. His stomach burning everything, but ate the one chip challenge. Dude, I don't know about you guys. I wasn't able to. Well, I doubt anyone here has done the one chip challenge, but dude, you're not able to even think when you eat that chip. Any brain that you had is gone. The chip burned it up. And it's not just that. It's like it tasted really bad too. Like a lot of nasty chemicals in that. I mean, who knows? Maybe a pepper also has those same nasty chemicals that makes it taste awful, you know? I'm sure they don't want to get eaten. I'm sure that's why they have those chemicals in there. You couldn't pay me to do the one chip challenge. Dude, I did that for free. It wasn't even on like an OnlyFans. It wasn't even on like a paid subscription membership YouTube type of deal. It was free for everyone to see. It was the thumbnail. It was literally just the thumbnail. Me holding the thing. Oh god, that was awful. That was an awful stream. That was an awful stream. And here's the worst part about that chip. The worst part wasn't the heat in your mouth, right? Because if it were just that, it would be way easier to not drink anything. But guys, I could feel the blood vessels in my face. That was the scary part. I could feel them like getting like swell up. And it actually hurts my face. Like my whole face hurts. I could feel every blood vessel in there. Like I felt like my head was about to blow up. That was the scary part. It wasn't what was going on in my mouth. It was the fact that I don't drink anything. Like I felt like I was gonna blow up. Like I seriously felt like I might die in that moment. So it wasn't the heat. It wasn't the heat in my mouth. The pain in my stomach afterwards, a few hours, was horrible. I wouldn't wish on anyone. But the worst part by far was like after you eat it. Because I don't know. Maybe you guys can choose. Maybe you rather feel like you're about to die. Maybe that you rather choose that than having horrible stomach aches on the floor for 2-3 hours, guys. Because after that stream, this was like at 3 a.m., 2 a.m. I was curled up fetus position on the bathroom floor for a couple hours, and like it would pass by, and it would come back after 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes it would be okay again. After 10 minutes, it'd be fine again. Guys, this is so nice. You cannot do this as any other survivor. Just literally see where they're going and just go in a circle a bunch of times like this. Like, this is not something any other survivor can do. Like, even Mind's Eye, you have to be careful. Look at that. We were so far ahead that the tracks disappeared by the time he reached that window. He had no idea. Bro had no clue. So, I was even trying to hide there. That time I just had a huge building in the way. And that's why I think Lawyer is seriously so good on church. That's exactly why. Because you guys know exactly the deal. Like, let's say I was any other survivor there. You guys know where the hunter spawns, right? I know where the hunter spawns. You know where the hunter spawns. You guys literally saw. But that doesn't help me. Because I have to sit by the church window. I have to see, is he coming inside or is he coming outside? And so I would have sat at that window. I probably would have died. Well, not died, but I probably would have gotten found. Right? And then you can kind of safe to assume I would die if I'm getting chased, right? Eventually. And so, I'd be bound to get found because I have to wait by the window just to make sure that I'm not running into the hunter. Like, yeah, I could take the 50-50, like hope maybe hunter's going on the outside and I'm gonna go on the inside and hope it works out, but it's a 50-50, like between like you guessing and maybe hoping you're right, and that's not it. After you vault the window, even if they didn't go inside, what if they heard your window vault? What if they got notified, but then they start going backwards? And then you run into the hunter after the vault happens. And so that's the type of stuff where it's like, as every other survivor, I would have to sit there and wait. Just to make sure I'm not running into the hunter. That's the correct play to do. But it also means hunter finds me much easier, because I'm trying to play it safe. I'm playing for a good kite, not for not getting found. But with Lawyer, you can go for a good kite and at the same time still stay hidden, because you know where the hunter is, but they don't know where you are. So you're going to be taking I'm assuming you're taking a route where you can still kite if they do end up following you. Maybe they guessed luckily where you were and they ended up following your tracks at the right time and found them after a while. But at the end of the day, even if he did find me, I wasted so much time. Let's say he kept following me and he knew where I was. I would waste so much time just looping, circling the church 2 times before he finally like actually get in range of like being able to do something with his win. And that's the crazy part about Lawyer. On a map with a huge building and only 3 ways to enter, it is so ridiculously good. Now let's say Birdcage was like the old Birdcage. You couldn't access Birdcage. It would be the same thing. Maybe not necessarily, because you don't have any like good windows to vault over that they have to like do. Like, problem with Birdcage is when you vault the window, you can never like go back in or something like that. That server's almost done. I am gonna go for this rescue, because that server's gonna be almost done. We're gonna rescue Mickey, and he died. I should have ran away. Damn. Now he's gonna be onto me. So I'm just gonna run away from the cipher so someone can do it. I know he's gonna find me. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about, can we just finish the cipher? Okay, and they're doing the wrong ciphers. It's okay. We should be able to kite long enough for... Dude, is he like taking a crap? What was that noise? It's like... Confined space? Yes or no? No. No confined space. I should have used the map by the way. Should have used the map. That wouldn't have happened if I just used the map. That was pretty stupid of me. All I had to do was just use the map. So yeah, this is not a dumb hunter, clearly. Again, so now again, he's assuming I'm not using the map, praying that I'm not using it. This wind shouldn't touch me, right? Are you kidding me? That's actually... Wow, he's gonna fall over that useless window. Alright, that makes it actually a lot easier for us. You'd be shocked how much easier that makes it. Vault? Yup. See, now we're on our game. Now I'm not letting it screw me up. So this is a good example of like an area where I would have to sit around the corners, and I have to make sure he's not trying to cut me off. Like right now, I want to say my map, so I have to like sit around these corners, wait for a red light. See, like that. And so this is like much more dangerous, as you guys can see. It's a lot harder to track the hunter like this. It would be much easier if I could just instead pull out my map, not have to wait around the corners, and always see where he's going. I'm going to transition to a better kiting area now. I'm still going to wait for a hit, but at the same time, I'm going to try to locate dungeon, do a couple things. Again, though, this is not going to be a hunter where we can like easily kite. Wow, so we have 6 ciphers this game. He's going to jump over that, then swim again. I'm still going in this direction because I'm trying to kite towards dungeon. Okay, dungeon is not here. Now it's going to be a good time to take a hit. Not if he sucks me, but I still have the veteran bonus. So veteran bonus is going to help out a ton here. He's going to walk quicker. Okay, so he's just going to accept that. he's going to accept that I'm going to be miles away. He's just going to teleport away. All right. So that was a really good setup. Setting myself up to kite for a dungeon there. Really solid there. A very underrated thing that no one ever talks about. How to set yourself up for a dungeon kite. That's why I don't want him. That's why I don't want them to pop right away, because I want to give myself the best chance. Like, if we're going to go for a win, I want to go for a win. This is a ranked match, alright? I'm going to go for a win. I just need to actually be able to do it in the first place. So, there we go. Figuring out what are the good kiting areas, all that stuff. Okay. I wish we had more map. Now is a good time to be able to see where the hunter is at all times. Alright. I can only use the map 2 more times. It's not like Mechanic where you only, like, let's say I pull up the map for half a second and I only lose like half a second of progress. No, I lose 4% just for pulling it up. So you do initially lose like 4%. That's why if you guys look in the bottom right and I click the map, that's why you see like a chunk of the map progress disappear. Because it's specifically, oh god, Miki, you okay? Or not Miki, the other guy. Miki's already dead. But yeah, that's why if you guys see me pull up the map and you don't see me pulling it back down, it's because you gotta be careful. If you're spamming the map, you lose 4% just for tapping the button. And then plus whatever you have it pulled out for. So if you're gonna keep using the map, just rather leave it up, because you lose very little for just leaving it up. So like right here, I'm gonna tap it twice and boom, it's gone. Even though I put it back down instantly 2 times in a row. Miki's dead a long time ago. Yeah, we still have that VA. Don't think that VA went anywhere. No one drinks that. The thing is it even healthy to drink? That thing has like half the sodium intake you should have in a single day. Like, even if you tell me, hey, it's good for vitamin C, would I even want that as my source of vitamin C? I don't think so. I don't think so, man. Maybe I should do it. I mean, I know we have, like, I eat stuff like tomato soup all the time, but you gotta remember, that stuff has, like, cream in it. There's, like, other things that make the taste less vegetable-y. But like, tomatoes by themselves as a drink are not bad. They're not bad as a drink. But the problem with that drink, with V8, is they start adding, like, all these types of greens that really don't mix well together. Like, we're talking, like, spinach, like, I don't know, some sort of lettuce, some sort of grass is in there, and we're not talking about the good kind of grass, we're talking about some nasty tasting grass. And it just makes for a horrible combo. That's where the bitter taste, the horrible bitter taste comes in. God, bro. If Psyche did memberships, we need a He Day demo. We do need a He Day demo. Although I'd probably make it free. Bro, make some merch, put He Dayed on a bandana. Dude, that would be pretty funny, not gonna lie. Like, you walk into the gym, you see some Psyche merch, and on his bandana you see He Dayed. I'd feel pretty intimidating. That'd be pretty sick. Right, you'd buy that. Okay. Like, I feel like it's better if this is my personal opinion at this point. I think all YouTubers, if they have merch, sure, have some merch of yourself, but not everyone wants merch where it's like if some YouTuber or maybe some like dumb joke, just some inside joke between just the YouTuber and his viewers, but if you were to wear it on public, it makes literally no sense. Like, if anyone watches Fry 'em Up, you will play the game, you'll play PvZ Heroes, you'll play Plants vs Zombies Heroes. There is a card called Mixed Up Gravedigger, but people doesn't matter if you know what it is, right? Doesn't matter if you know what the ability is, you just need to know that it's short for mug, right? So what this dude did, what the streamer did, is he made a mug where the mug is literally called a mug, and it's a picture of the card on the mug. But if you were to just have that lying around in your house, and there's a mug that says mug on it, you'd be so confused. Like, what does this picture on the mug have to do with the word mug on the mug? See, that's the type of merch where it's like, it's hilarious as a joke, as an inside joke. Like a mug card called a mug. It's not actually a mug, it's just an abbreviation, but that's hilarious. But like, if you were to have a mug in public, no one would get it. No one would get it. You'd have to play the game to understand. So stuff like He Dayed, it goes well. And like, you say it in a specific way. He Dayed, like a Y in there, throwing a Y in there. You don't need to know. You don't need to know where it comes from. You don't need to know the guy who made it up. Is it an inside joke? No. He Dayed. It's as simple as that. be juicing trees and adding sugar and calling it a drink. Dude, the fact that there's sugar in there and it still tastes that bad, just keep the sugar out of there. Just keep it out at that point. Just keep it out. Psyche or the bikey joke. Have a bike. You see, let's say I make a... See, exactly. People call me bikey, right? And so you could have a picture of a bike and then my face on the bike seat, right? And Miki did an emoji with that. There's literally in my Discord server with me and Miki, there's an emoji called bikey and it's me, my face on a bike. But if I were to put that on a shirt, no one would get that. They'd be like, alright, you got a shirt called bikey. There's a bike on it and there's someone's face on it. Like, if they tried searching up bikey on the internet, would you even get Psyche as a response? No, I don't think so. You get bikey app. What if you put bikey YouTube? You still don't get it. Like, there's so many inside jokes put inside of it. Oh, by the way, Hysteria, in this situation, since no one spawned outside that side of small boat, it would be better if you spawn at small boat on that side. Because now you're really far away from small bar. So if it's something like Wu Chang, Percy, Nayad, you're kind of in trouble. Geisha, any speed hunter. Thankfully, it's just a feast here, but it's still pretty awkward. Okay, they hid. What a boss! Also, Big Boat still gets blocked. So in this situation, you don't have to spawn this. Big Boat would still get blocked, so just take the saber spawn. I was actually curious. I didn't know for sure if Big Boat would get blocked, but it does get blocked. So, yeah. No need to go that spawn. Finally, you got a match evening. How long were you waiting? Or you could make a keychain with a bike on it and call it a bikey. Keychain with a bike. Call it a bikey. Bro, you guys are funny. So like a keychain, there's a bike on the keychain. It's called bikey. See, that's pretty neat. I like that. That's a cool idea, Scat. Hunters near me. Yo, Hysteria's doing a great kite this game. How about you make a full-size bike with your face on it? No. I don't think anyone wants to sit on my face. I don't know. Maybe we got some volunteers, but I don't think anyone wants to sit on my face. Like I wouldn't want, dude. That would be awful. That would be awful. No thanks. That gets into some really weird stuff. It's like a face reveal when? Yeah, that's a good question. I think you should make a T-shirt with your face on it and then have the name Michael Sarah about it. I don't get that. Psychic moment. I'm being as fully honest as possible. It's okay. I suddenly started wondering, would Percy be a top tier hunter if he could chair people? I don't think so. I don't think so. I've been saying for a while he should be able to chair people, and I don't think he'd still be a top tier hunter. Because at the end of the day, you have an ability that's really good at switching targets. This is not a game built for switching targets. You have to camp your chair. You have no camping ability. That's kind of the issue with Percy. Is that every time you rescue against him, it's a free rescue. Now I will say, I guess it would be pretty good if you find people from far. It would be pretty dangerous then. But I mean, we basically have Opera Singer who already does that, just better. So if you can still reliably rescue against Opera Singer, I have no doubt you can do it against Percy. Especially because how long his recovery is. His recovery is way too long. They actually nerfed his recovery. Back when Percy released, he used to have faster recovery, and then they nerfed it. Because it was technically possible to hit someone, and if that person went in a straight line, you'd be able to hit them again with a single dash before they're able to walk far enough away with their boost from the first hit. So they just made it slightly longer so that if you get hit and you walk in a straight line, he can't just dash on you and hit you again instantly. He'll just barely be behind. Dude, we must have another cipher, right? Oh, it's this one. Okay, Miki did make the rescue. The bad part is Miki didn't take the second hit, so she just gets chaired instantly. I'm almost thinking a teleport might happen here. No. Because like if he chases Miki, well then Miki's gonna even if Miki doesn't kite long, he did waste time just walking. Right? And that walking time is gonna be enough for us to prime the cipher. So just from him walking away from the hunter helped out a ton there. So that's how I was thinking, you know, if he wants to stop the cipher, he should probably teleport instead of trying to take down his target. Because at the end of the day, even if the target doesn't kite long... Oh no, this is really bad. This is really bad. There's nothing I can do about this. Hit the fence! Yes! He hit the fence somehow. Okay, well now we gotta go for it. Dodge it. Yes, let's go. The only reason I did that is because I know I could reach the tentacle in time before it swings. That's the only reason I did that. Okay, let me do it one more time. Before half as well, let's go. Nice, I also get veteran bonus here. So veteran bonus plus borrowed time is carrying me right here. I don't have a dungeon plan though. Tentacle? Somewhere? Ooh, he didn't even know where I was. Honestly, I could have just Not vaulted that. Okay. Well, we're gonna get trapped here slowly. Not a whole lot to do about it. So we're just gonna take him far away from everyone. That's... that was a really bad time for now. I can't even leave it. I don't even have time to go anywhere with it. That's still really bad. Psyche, did you try the new Survivor? New Survivor isn't available to buy yet. And you bet I'm not pulling for that crap. So, I'm waiting for it to be able to be bought. Percy's just a worse version of Nightwatch. When Percy came out, the next hunter to come out was Wheel. Wheel was just a... If we want to compare hunters to Percy, Wheel is the best example of it. Wheel is literally the best example of it. I forgot. Wheel is the one where if you weren't able to chair people, Wheel would still be better leaving people knocked down than if you were to be doing it as Percy. Because Percy is all about movement and he has limited movement. Wheel can get in Wheel whenever they want. Percy cannot get stunned, but only if he has 50 more energy and only when he's swinging. Wheel can never get stunned. There's never a time where Wheel can get stunned. When Percy tries to kill you with any of his abilities, it's always a lot harder to get pallets out and try to stun, try to avoid getting stunned, than it is for Wheel to just come out of Wheel and throw a trap at your feet or even just stun you and hit you through a wall. It's so sad. Everything Wheel has, Percy just does worse. Percy's like built the same way. I feel like Percy was like, okay, we kind of screwed up with this hunter, let's just make a better one. So instead of only being sometimes not getting stunned, he always cannot get stunned. Instead of pallets sometimes counting Percy, now pallets never counter Wheel. You know. It's really sad. But yeah, I wouldn't say Nightwatch is as comparable to Breaking Wheel. They're similar. I would put Nightwatch closer to Percy, and then Percy closer to Wheel. Suki, I'm gonna put you as my iPad's background. Fair enough. I definitely should have owned that rescue. Had the tentacle hit the owl. There's no he's farming Mysteria. Dang, that sucks. Psyche Whale when? Never. Psyche smiles so I can take a screenshot. Or are you just gonna have to do it when I'm naturally smiling? Just find a time. There's gonna be a time. You send me a photo on this one. You think that guy looks like me? No. Guy doesn't look like me. The guy looks hell of a lot different. Get some patience, Slender Bridge. It's like, yeah, I suddenly started wondering... Oh, the same question. No, I really don't think he would be the top tier hunter. If he would be able to trick people. He should be able to trick people, though. In case I'm wrong, and maybe it is good, take away the ability to, like, give 25% bleeding out every time you knock someone down. Take that away, I would say. And if it turns out that I'm right, that Percy isn't good just by cheering people alone, then add on to the ability that, like, not only can he chair, but when he knocks you down, it adds 25% knockdown progress. Because honestly, I don't see anything wrong with taking away stuff for a hunter. Like, if you take away something and then you add something in, that addition has to be so good that it actually has to be tested a couple times. Like, the way they changed Hellumber and Nightmare, where they buffed something about them and then nerfed something else. Kind of like what I'm suggesting with Percy. Give him the ability to chair, but take away the ability to, like, give 25% bleeding out every time he automatically knocks someone down. It's only a good idea to do that as a dev if your change is so significant that you're going to need, like, the players to test it out for themselves. And if it turns out it's still too weak, and you want to make Percy into a really good viable hunter, maybe the devs don't want that. Maybe the devs don't want that. Then you also give him the old ability. Like, you could, if you want to, you could choose not to chair them and just hit them down. And that way, even when you chair them, they still gain the 25%. So that by the time you knock them down for the third time, and you be chairing them for the third time, you don't need to waste time chairing them now. They're automatically dead, because as you guys know, whenever you kill someone as first aid 3 times, because think about it, math. 25, 50, 75. No, never mind. You'd have 25% life left. So I guess you'd still have to chair. me getting myself screwed up with my own math. So yeah. At least then you have the option of moving people down. Or if people keep picking themselves up, you know, let's say doctor spam, you know, not really a top tier thing you're gonna see, but in terms of like force healing, that's kind of the stuff I'm talking about. Alright, someone's really intent. Oh, it's just Miki. Okay, I was about to say someone really wants to steal my factory cipher. Okay, I gotta keep an eye on this hunter because I'm trying to stay on the opposite side of him so that he doesn't see my tracks. There we go. Now he's after Miki and not me. Isn't that's perfect? That's perfect. If I was playing something like Mind's Eye, I wouldn't be able to see how far away he is and what side of the wall he is until he can see me. You have to have like a heartbeat and him to be some close distance to you. Not super close, but like they did buff Mind's Eye's distance that you can see by twice as much a while ago, and that made a huge change. But you still have to have a heartbeat just to be able to see them. With Lawyer, we never got a heartbeat and we were able to avoid him. So I just think Lawyer does that job much better. Seki, honestly, if he had Quenching Thirst there and Teleport, we would then die to Teleport. Teleport would still kill any Dakota. Seki, who do you think was the most broken survivor in the game ever? See, that's a tough one. Alright, there's a couple good contenders. If we're talking about map-specific stuff, where if you want me to choose the most broken combo, if you had the choice of picking your map and picking your survivor, then I would have to give that to Priestess when hunters weren't able to travel through Priestess portals. You pick Moonlit, because that was the only map that was like available at the time before they nerfed Priestess. There was no Ever Sleeping where hunters couldn't walk through the portals. At least I don't think so yet. I would have to give that to Priestess, portaling through River, Hunter not being able to go through the portal. And if you're wondering, how did the devs think that was balanced? The reason they thought it was balanced is because Priestess back then took time to go through the portal. If the Hunter destroyed the portal while you're traveling through it, it would send you back to the start and stun you. So devs thought that was good enough to make Priestess balanced. Turns out it was not. And I mean that as both a good thing and a bad thing. Because when the game first came out, Priestess was the worst character in the game. She traveled too slowly. And then the devs were like, well, why not we double it? Why not we double the speed? It became too broken then. And so there used to be a time where Priestess portals couldn't be walked through, and she was one of the worst survivors in the game. And then there was a time where Priestess portals were doubled in speed, and then she became the best survivor in the game. Alright, but that's if you choose your map. What if you tell me, but Psyche, what if the map's not always going to be Moonlit? Who would you say the best survivor is then? I would probably give that to Entomologist. And you might be wondering, Entomologist, that's crazy. Entomologist is nowhere good to, like, kiting 5 ciphers. No, not anymore. But back then, every time with Entomologist, you sent the beast back on yourself, it would refresh the health of the beast back to 2 hits. So right now, if you use your beast, you drop them, Hunter hits them once, and you send them back on yourself, they would be half health. And if you drop them again, the Hunter can now kill them in 1 hit still. Was the Cypher actually primed? No, Cypher wasn't primed. So there was not much point going for a rescue. Did he just teleport on a random Cypher? Because I'm just thinking, did he teleport right before or after the Cypher pot? Because if it was right after, it means he teleported on like a random Cypher. Alright. So, he's not going after Mercer. Honestly, I should have been walking to the Cypher the moment Hysteria pinged that the Hunter's by her, instead of walking out in the open. But yeah, I would have to give, if we're talking about regardless of map, I would have to give that to probably the Entomologist. Entomologist back then, if your beast got hit and you sent them back on yourself to float on you, they would be back to full health. And you could do that like 7 times before they die. I remember back then it was really rare to see someone with half health bees. Like, I would always think, every time I saw Entomologist with half health bees, I'm like wondering, how did that happen? How did that happen where they don't take a hit, but the bees, you know, because think about it. Bees have to be... No, I shouldn't have popped that. Shoot, sorry. That was a bad pop. I forgot what hunter I'm against. You had to wait there to see, did he hit him with the string? That was so bad of me. Remember when Matt gave everyone like 9% faster decode speed? It used to be 8%. And then they nerfed it to 3%. The 8%, I wouldn't say the 8% faster decode speed everyone was that special. I wouldn't say it was that amazing. Alright, well thankfully our kiter is mercenary. If we had like first officer gravekeeper here, we might actually have lost this game. But mercenary should always live here. And I see he still has elbow pads, so he's gonna survive. Hunter's not nearby me, Miki. Sorry, that was a mistake. Yeah. That was a really bad pop. You have to sit there and wait. If they're not dead on chair, just sit and wait to see if they got hit by a string. If they did, just pass on the pop, let the rescue happen again. And then if they go down to a string, well then now you have no choice. Now you have to pop, and maybe they're like behind a powder or something. That was a mistake. Don't pop like that if it's something like Axe Boy or Violence. Wait to see for our like a recovery first. Wait for a recovery first. If you don't see a recovery, if you see their outline but they're not recovering, do not pop it. They're gonna die instantly. It might not be Entomologist. There might be another survivor who was more broken. Definitely not any of these survivors on this page. We mentioned Priestess, but that's a map-specific thing. But don't get me wrong, guys. The fact that Priestess could portal through a wall and Hunter couldn't follow her meant that Priestess was still good on almost every map. Because as long as the wall was long, you portal right through it. Because the portal was super thin, it would take no travel time. You just go across the wall and Hunter can't go through it. So let's say you're like Hospital Ruins. Nowadays, that would be a pretty bad portal because like Hunter would go right through it and it only stun for like 2 seconds, which isn't it isn't great. Unless you have no other choice. But back then, if you're at the Ruins window, the good window, and you just portal right through the wall, Hunter can't do anything about that. They either have to go around the wall or vault the window and then go around the other shorter side. So that would be a time where, like, yeah, if you have any long wall combined with, like, a window on the side of it or, like, a pallet, well, now it's a lose-lose. Hunter breaks it. Either they break the pallet or go around the long side of the wall. So don't get me wrong. Priestess was still good on basically every map. But better, like, more broken on some than others, you know? You wouldn't always have a good long wall to portal through. Enchantress is a very possible one. Enchantress was a very possible most broken survivor in this game. If I don't give it to an Entomologist, I honestly can't tell which one's more broken anymore. Is it Entomologist or Enchantress? Yes! Yes, I know it sounds unbelievable, but Enchantress is a very serious contender for best survivor, most broken survivor in the game that ever existed. And if you're wondering how, there are a lot of reasons, and this survivor took a lot of nerfs before it became pretty inconsistent, pretty bad. Like Spider, she took a ton of nerfs. She used to be one of the most broken hunters in the game, probably the most broken in the game, besides maybe Wheel, besides maybe Dreamwitch, besides maybe Photo, but that's a different story. But, long story short, Enchantress used to be able to get stacks. I think the moment you had a heartbeat, she would get them faster. She wouldn't get less stacks the more you have. So you guys know right now, the more stacks you got in a game, doesn't matter if you're holding onto them or not, your next stacks, your future stacks will be slower. Back then, I don't think she had that. She could get stacks from farther away. She could get stacks on second floors when the hunter was below them. We're talking about hospital second floor when hunter's below you. We're also talking about basement. Enchantress also had a much wider range. So the range to stun hunters was like at least twice as big as it is right now. And that's going to lead to the two most broken things about Enchantress. She was able to stun hunters, picking people up on a second floor or in basement. So very seriously, you would have an Enchantress above you, camping the basement, while you're doing your business in basement, they're sitting above you, gaining stacks. You try to pick them up, they immediately free them because the stun reached through the top floor. Now, if you're wondering, well, Psyche, that's not a big deal, right? It sucks. Don't get me wrong, but it sucks. It's a pretty big deal, but it's not that bad. You just immediately knock them down because the stun only lasts like 1 second, right? Yeah, the stun did only last 1 second back then. There's a problem with that, though. There was a time in this game where when you rescued people from balloons, the hunter could not hit them until the balloon escape animation finished. So every single time you got stunned by a prospector or an enchantress, you had to sit there and wait until the person struggled fully free from the balloons. And if you tried swinging when they're not done, you just swing at air. It doesn't even count as a survivor being there. So by the time you waited out, 5 seconds pass, plus your recovery. During that whole time, Enchantress is still getting more stacks. And this one might be the worst. This one is the most situational, but in the right circumstance, this one is the worst. When Hunter knocked people down, and the Enchantress healed that person, or that person got healed by the Enchantress, or they healed the Enchantress. You guys know that ability Enchantress has, where every time a person gets hit, you gain a stack? That was permanent. So if you had that stuck on someone that you were chasing, you knocked them down, Enchantress is above you, it would lead into an infinite loop. Because you hit them, Enchantress got a stack from that. You try to pick up, Enchantress frees them with that 1 stack. You knock them back down, Enchantress gained a stack from that. You knock them back down, you pick him up, Enchantress used the stun that she got from that. And it will lead into an infinite loop. So what do? You have to go upstairs and kill the Enchantress. If you don't kill her, she's gonna come back because you had to waste so much time walking back down the stairs that she's immediately back above you again. And boom, just like that, you're dead. You're dead. Your game is literally over. As the hunter. And so, you know what? I'm actually gonna give it to Enchantress. Because now that I'm remembering those days again, now that I'm remembering how nasty it was. As a hunter, I never got to experience it as badly because I was always playing Survivor. But holy crap, guys. Did it suck to be a hunter at that time. And even though I didn't main hunter, I still played a hunter in quick match, and I still experienced it. This guy just lost me. Just by walking away from him. He's searching for tinnitus. He knows I'm here, but he can't find me. Okay, so I am going to drop this pallet. No, actually I won't, because then... No, oh, I actually could have dropped it. See, he still can't find me. He still didn't see the track somehow. I'm actually tempted not to drop this pallet, because I don't want to alert where I am. I feel bad for this guy. But long story short, I'm going to have to give it to Enchantress, the most broken survivor in this game. I think that's everything. Prospector is a very close second, though. Prospector is a very close second. But the whole reason Prospector wasn't as good as Enchantress because he didn't have infinite magnets, like Enchantress had infinite stuns from healing people. Now, I do want to say, that circumstance is really rare to happen. Like, you heal someone. Like, for starters, someone has to be injured. And they have to be a chaseable target. A target that the hunter will want to chase later in the game. Because if you just go ahead and heal Mercenary, right? Hunter's never going to end up in a situation where they're trying to knock down a Mercenary and kill Mercenary. They're just going to go after someone else. Right? So it has to be a survivor that the hunter will want to go after. It also has to be a survivor that got injured, hit by the hunter, and escaped pursuit so the hunter didn't keep going after them. And again... if they're a survivor that the hunter wants to go after, then what are the chances they aren't still getting chased afterwards, right? Then Enchantress has to do the heal. The heal has to be worth it, so meaning that Hunter isn't already chasing someone else. And in that case, you'd just be wasting time healing and not decoding, right? Because in that situation, you should be decoding in a situation like that. Hunter's actually going to opt to leave the target. All right. Congrats! You found me after 3 minutes. Okay, it's actually really scary now because he could dash to me, and it's much worse now. If he dashes to this pallet right here, then he can't jump over it. He has to break it. Wow, he's going to choose to jump instead of breaking it. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. We're just going to go back to that pallet later then. Gotcha. Alright, I have to save the rest of this map because I want to vault faster. So yeah. He really should have broken that pallet. I'm just going to say that right now. He should have broke that pallet the first time. Okay. So I'm going to use this pallet now because he's going to have his wind back up. That does nothing. Wow, that hits. Okay. That's alright, not a big deal. now we're at 9%. I'm gonna hold on to the last bit of this map for late game. That does nothing again. Again, he's gonna have to jump over this pallet, and we're gonna be able to reach the next pallet. So if he's smart, he'll break it, because otherwise he's gonna get himself an infinite. Wow, this guy really thinks he can cut off Lawyer. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This area really sucks. We're just gonna take the window boost and get out of here. That's what we're gonna do. And even if he dashes here, it's not the end of the world. Look at here. We got these pallets here we can use. So he could choose to dash here if he wants, but then he won't be able to jump. So let's see what he does. He's going to jump. Alright. That means he has no dash now. We have so much extra support. Thing is, though, if I were to leave this area, the only area after this area is just bad area. So if I were to leave right now, I would seriously probably be killing myself. So that's why I'm staying in that area, even though he's stuck. Because look, if I just kept going straight, look, what am I going to use? I'm going to nothing on bridge. This whole area sucks against Nightwatch. There's the window is miles away. That area sucks. So in that situation, like nothing over here. In that situation, I just have to stay at that pallet if someone supports. Which is why I didn't need the support, long story short. If you guys ever hear me say I don't need that support, it's because I can't go anywhere. Because the next pallet area, the next good pallet area where I can survive it, is just too far away. To the point where if I run straight, I'm just going to die. Unless I'm okay with that. Right? In that case, yeah. If I know Zyver's going to be prime or something like that, I'm going to be like, okay, let me just get myself to a better area. Like, because that area is the best, but it's not going to last me that long because there's only one pallet left. But if we're talking about, okay, it's okay if you go down, well then now, yes, I do want to leave it. Use an area that I haven't used yet already. That's like at full use, and then kite a long time there. So, really good. Really good stuff. Yeah, you don't need to break every pallet as Nightwatch, but there are seriously a lot of times where Nightwatches don't break the pallet. And because they don't break the pallet, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to go back to the pallet and get a boost. Because think about it, when I drop it, I didn't really get anything besides just putting something in between me and the hunter. And if I'm in an area where I can loop the area, yes, that is seriously an area we can loop if they choose not to break the pallet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the long side of the wall. You guys saw that. Instead of vaulting the middle, very, very careful. Big distinction to make. When I left tent after dropping that pallet, I didn't go straight for the window. I went around the window. Why did I do that? Why would I do that? Because I have a window boost, right? I have all this boost with nowhere to take it. If I vault from that direction of away from tent, what's in front of me? A giant wall. There's a giant wall. I can't take that boost anymore. I could go left, I could go right, but either way, I'm going to be in a worse area than if I were to just stay in that area and go around the window. So because I have so much distance already, I'm going to be like, well, I have enough distance where I can go around this window, but I don't have enough distance where I can just walk really far away and still make it to a good area, especially because there's a wall right in front of me. If I were to go left or right, Hunter can cut me off now, right? So what I have to do is I have to go around the window and I lure the hunter on the long side of the wall. So it doesn't matter if they vault the window, it doesn't matter if they go around it after I vault it. I make sure I get them far enough on the long side of the wall where either way it's going to take them a while to get back to me. And that way I can guarantee myself at the same time using my boost to reach a pallet. So that way I'm not wasting my boost. I'm using the boost to get to another boost essentially. And that's why I say broken pallets, broken windows. The best trait you can have. That's why I consider it a lot worse than Flywheel. Flywheel is good if you don't know when to use your boost. Like, okay, I used my boost on this window. I had nowhere to take it. Window boost was useless. Flywheel better. No. That's because you used the window boost too early when you didn't need it, and you should have saved it, angled yourself in an area where you could run to. Then the boost would have been helpful. Then the boost would be way better than Flywheel because you would have distanced yourself from the hunter. Hunter can't wind you anymore because you're behind a tall wall. You did it correctly, all that good stuff. And I'm not saying that you would die if you were to incorrectly use your boost in that situation. I'm just saying you probably wouldn't reach 10 without getting hit because of that. And that's kind of the issue. So if you know how to use tall walls, so the wind is never really a problem, you know how to effectively use boost so that he's also never really close enough to you. Like that kite, that I'm realizing right now, that kite has like so many small things where I'm just now realizing, like, let's say I just started this game, I probably would have vaulted that window right in front of me. Like, I see a window, I'm going to take it, right? Right? I'm not even going to be thinking about, okay, well, where do I want to go after this? And it's because when I started the game, I did that. Like, I'm not saying I didn't do that. Of course, I was just like that. I would vault the window, except I would be like, what do I do with the window boost? Nothing. If I go right, I die. If I go left, I'm in a worse area, right? Because I want to stay up by the tall walls. But I just waste my window boost. So now I'm just kind of stuck here. And that's an example of, like, you're in a good kiting area, but you didn't use your boost efficiently, which is going to make your overall kite shorter. Even though in the moment you're fine. It's gonna lead to problems later where now you're not gonna have an escape plan to reach a different area because you used that boost. How are you gonna get out of that area once you get closer to you? Once you start jumping that window, how are you gonna get out of there? Because I can't vault that window forever. Nightwatch can jump faster than I can. Well, almost as fast as I can actually. So it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. That's why I'm really scared. That's why I'm really scared, guys, to make a kiting guide for Lakeside and Moonlit. Like, Arms Factory was super easy, alright? Pallet in front of you, drop the pallet, simple as that. Hunter can't really easily go around it. But with Moonlit, it depends. Alright, do you have to use this pallet? A lot of pallets suck. You'd rather be here. If you can't, you may as well use it. Alright? But if it's useless, then your goal is to try to get out of there using a boost some ways. Think of some route, some way you can lure the hunter around some side. Or maybe it's not a bad kiting route. Maybe it's not a bad area. Maybe it's an area you can last quite a bit against. But against this specific hunter, it's not going to last you the whole kite. You're not going to get the full 3 cybers from it. So you got to be like, okay, well, now I need to go around this window in a specific way because it's so weird. Because Lakeside, Moonlit, all the considerably good areas are kind of on the sides of the map. And it's really awkward to have to use a boost like that. Alright, it's Mad Eyes. First thing we want to do is destroy the closest console machine. In this case, it's going to be this one. Although I'm going to do something special. Because he's already on someone else. Chances are he's going to go after Miki. Because he got a fence hit on him already. But what I was going to say is, I don't want to be doing the cipher and then end up with a heartbeat and then having a hard time reaching hospital. So instead, I'm going to drop this pallet. See, that's why I didn't want to do that cipher. Either he comes after me or he just blocks it off. So the idea there is if he comes after me, I will vault that pallet, get a boost. Reach hospital. I wasn't paying attention there. Okay. He's probably going to check this console and then try to hit me. Okay, watch him check it again. Watch him just immediately put it on the console. Told you. I only know that because I played against Mad Eyes back when people used Mad Eyes lots. So he's probably going to do the same thing. He's going to guard this console with his life. He's not going to let me destroy it. So he's going to keep checking it over and over. I'm going to bait him a couple times and then I'm going to destroy it. So that's the idea there. That was the idea there. Now he has nothing. And we completely avoided the first 2 times because I'm expecting him to check it. Now that he knows I'm there, he's going to be like, okay, gonna wait a few seconds, gonna bait the lawyer to touch my console, and then he's gonna, without even bothering seeing where I am, gonna immediately put fence on the console, assuming that I'm on the console. But I know that, so I'm not touching the console. For that exact reason. Again, Mad Eyes is one of the worst hunters in the game. If you, like, again, I don't get why he needed to get nerfed. But apparently people in China thought he was really good, and so that's why Mad Eyes got nerfed. I don't think he was good. Even back then, I was using the exact same tricks I did back then. But the difference was it was harder back then. Because back then, the console took 5 seconds to break. Meaning that when they put a wall... Because right now, the way Mad Eyes works is... And back then, it took 3 seconds to drop another wall after you dropped your one. So, there was still 2 seconds where you could get hit while trying to break the console. Those were the 2 seconds Mad Eyes would try to get the hit on. And it was still pretty easy to do, but even back then. Nowadays, it takes 3 seconds to break the console. The moment he drops a wall, go ahead, break the console. Because he's not going to have time as long as you did it fast enough. And that's why I don't think he deserved a nerf. It's basically impossible to get value out of it now. So, really against Mad Eyes being nerfed. I don't think he was a good hunter at all. I remember Alien was putting him in like B tier solely because he was basing it off of China. And I'm sure Ellie would as well, because Ellie looks at Chinese data. I'm not about that. I look more like, okay, if you're a good player who knows how to think like the hunter, how realistic is he actually going to hit you? Not really. He's taking a lot of guesses where you're going to be, what you're going to do, all that good stuff. Right now, he's chasing on someone. Free time to break the console. Look at all this energy. Look at all of it. Look, in theory, it's so great. Boom, all that. Boom, just like all that. Gone. And that's why I don't think Mad Eyes deserved a nerf. He's so bad. He was so bad back then. He's so bad now. And don't think I didn't go against good Mad Eyes players, because we did go against good Mad Eyes players. And that's why I know how to think like this. Because we did go against those good Mad Eyes players. I'm not just pulling this all out of my butt. Because we would go against it, and I would genuinely get hit like that. I'd be on the console. They just put a console that they put a fence without even checking. Like, okay. And sometimes I dodge it with reflexes. And over time, my reflexes would improve. Where even if I was on the console, I still get off in time. Because the fence just goes up way too late. But, apparently devs thought it was too broken. I'm sure Chinese players also thought it was too broken. I have no doubt. Alien thought it was too broken. Sorry, I don't mean it. I'm just being a jerk now. But, long story short, I don't think I don't think Mad Eyes is that good. Ever was, ever will be. Unless they make the fence come out of the ground faster. That would be a good buff to Mad Eyes. But like right there, I just react to it. I just get off. Is someone on the... No. It would be blue then. Cypher is primed. So, to give you guys an idea, he gets about like 100 energy back at about 50% progress. Because I'm a decoder though, it's going to be a little bit less than that because I got 50% faster. So he probably only had like 60 there. I'm going to guess that was his whole fence energy that he just used on me right there. So he's back to 0. Right now he'll be back like 40, 50 maybe. And we're going to confirm that right here by breaking the console. Hopefully he doesn't go on it, so we can check it. 91. So, a little bit off, but the point is, do you know, are you able to identify, okay, how much energy is on the console? Anything above 30 or 40, that's a good enough guess to be like, okay, he's going to be able to hit me. It doesn't exactly matter the specifics. All that really matters is... Okay. I don't know if this hunter has detention or not. I know detention eyes don't load in from far away. They never fixed that. It used to be a lot worse. They increased the range of it to be able to see it, but still sometimes doesn't show up, so I'm just going to be safe. I'm pretty sure we could see that he didn't have those red eyes. I'm pretty sure that was close enough, but just in case. Just in case. I'm assuming these guys broke the console. Nope, they didn't. Oh, no, they did. They did. They did break the console, because I was like about to say, like, if he has more than this, they didn't break the console. So yeah, they drained it. And that's what good survivors do. Before he can even check the gates in time. By the time he knocks someone down, console's already drained. And it's really sad. It's really sad. And again, same deal. While Mad Eye seems pretty good in the late game, at the end of the day, if you really want to, you could break one console and camp by that console because you know he can't do anything in that area. So, like, if you know other consoles around the area are full energy and he has full presence, that's scary, right? But if I really want to be safe, I'm just going to stay by the console. If I know he's patrolling with consoles, checking people where they are, trying to catch them off guard, I'm just going to stay by the broken console until I know it's safe again, so... There's so many reasons why Mad Eyes is just not good. But... Hey, I'm saying all this stuff, and the first hunter I lost to this season was Mad Eyes. Granted, my teammates got hit a lot at the start of the game by walls. So yeah. Take care, guys. You guys have a good rest of your day. Also, he brought the excitement, so he's fully relying on knocking someone down with walls. He probably like knows some tricks, like, okay, I'm gonna block off birdcage window, or like the whole birdcage, and so they have to go up the stairs or something like that. And like, let's say you're right next to him, then you're gonna be able to hit them before they reach the pallet upstairs. Or something like that. There are ways to use the walls on a kite, like mid-chase. Not really a good idea, because Survivor is still moving during that whole time. So, you know, if Survivor knows about like what you're gonna do, like that second. Hold up, I gotta see the win rate. the win record today, so I can update this counter. But yeah, if survivors know, like, okay, he's gonna block me off here, I've had it happen before, they're just not gonna go there. Like ruins, like hospital ruins, by that one window, they just make like a triangle shape, like one, like there's this wall with the window, then there's this wall, and then they just make like a triangle shape with the wall right there, and then you're trapped. Alright, and so in that situation, you just don't use the window. Same with church. You could say the same about the church windows. They just make it like a triangle shape. One against the wall, one against the other wall. Hold up. What was it gonna do? Yeah. Check record. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, four, 5. And yeah, that's it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 matches today. Alright. Still below average. Back then you get matches faster. Back then like 13, 14 was the average. Load up. Alright, we'll try to do some matches on the alt account. Thanks Psyche and Miki for letting me play. No worries. Dev, have a good rest of your day. That was an alright rank session. You accidentally sit on your chocolate bar. Damn, rest in peace that chocolate. The chocolate's gone. Now just don't go out in public. Binky, can I play? Yeah, sure, okay, you can play. Which one is you? Okay, which one is you? Shoot. What's up, Lantern? Welcome. Bro, you like show up to streams regularly now. Good to see you. Wait, let me in too? Alright. Which one's you, Noel? Is your name just Noel? Oh, yeah. I named you Noel. I definitely wouldn't have remembered that. Oh, you're Oka. Here you go. I named you Oka. See, this is what I'm saying. Imagine if they never added noting in this game. I didn't realize it at first that it's part of the game. Boy, if you don't let me in. It's too late. Alright, maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe someone's too low rank. Mammoth 4 is the highest, so the lowest we can match with is Deer 4. Nope, everyone's high enough rank. Wait, there's a Griffin here. Griffin is the highest. Oh, we got someone who can't play with us. Deer can't play with us. Let's go. Okay, well, not good for that person. Not good for that person, but good for whoever wanted to play. No, you're too high. Alright, we'll sacrifice the, Sorry, no, we'll sacrifice you. It's either the Griffin or the Deer. Which one's it gonna be? What's your alt ID? See, if you asked me what my main account ID was, I'd tell you 1514291. Because, dude, I remember that thing like the back of my head. I don't actually know what the back of my head looks like, but you get it, right? I don't know what this is. Look at this. This is so long. It's crazy to me that most people have an ID like this. But, dude, what's even crazier is if you start playing right when the game came out. This is my ID, by the way. 11594A13. If you were to play when my brother started playing, like, dude, we're talking July, right? His ID is 6 numbers long, and mine is 7. So the sooner you play the game, the shorter your ID is. He has an ID 141804. So his is 6, mine is 7 long. Nowadays, I think if you go super late, it's 8. Oh wait, you're also a Deer. Oh wait, no. This one's high enough. Wait, no. The lowest can be Mammoth 3. Hold up, let's test just to make sure. Alright. maybe we should kick out the Griffin and bring back Noel. I forgot who this is. Who is this in the chat? Are you even in the chat? The Griffins can't do the extra hour of rank anyway? Wait! Wait, you can't do the hour of rank anyway. You imposter. now he's saying bye to himself. Look at this Griffin out here. Bye to the elk. Bye to the other elk, and then bye to herself or himself or like whatever this is. I don't know what this person is, what gender they are. Your mom is your brother. Yeah, he's my brother. He's been on my friends list since like forever. He's also been on your friends list with 30 days or more since forever. Oh my god. Okay, so let's bring back Noel. Noel, you lucky. You get away this time. You get away this time. Waiting for teammates. Goddamn. You're literally a Griffin. How did you not realize? I don't know. I just think alt versus main. Main can never play extra rank. Alt always can extra play rank. I never think about like, what about other people? What is their rank that they? I never like think what is the actual rank you can't play the hour after. Dude, but here's the thing. Ever since they added that, I've always gotten my rank notifications at 6. And you guys might be wondering, like, why? Like, why do you get the notification that rank starts at 6 if you can only play at 7? I wondered that for a long time, too. For a long time, I thought everyone gets it at 6. And, like, it doesn't matter what tier you are. It just always tells you, hey, rank's up. And then you walk in, and it's actually, like, you're too high. So I thought it was like that for everyone. Until someone told me, no, Psyche, it's because your Hunter rank is low, and your Hunter rank can play the 6 p.m. rank. So I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I'm never going to rank up with Hunter, so I'm forever going to get 6 p.m. rank. So if I ever, like, not show up to rank exactly on 7, it's usually because I'm playing a game where the timer doesn't show up in the top left of my screen or something like that. There's, like, no clock or anything. And so I'm just playing, and then out of nowhere I would get, like, a notification, hey, rank is up. I'm like, oh, shoot, rank's already up? The system's being... Oh, man, we got a lot of mutes here. It's just one guy, though. Alright. Alright, guys. I was saying bye to myself both times. I didn't know we were ranking. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, we were ranking. I just saw Psyche inviting me. Oh, so you weren't even here, IDV? Dude, I like saw IDV. I'm like, oh, IDV sounds familiar. Let's invite them. And I was like thinking, hey, they're in chat, right? Yeah. Yo Mama was the #1 magician. He was also always like top 5 leaderboard. If you ever pull up Survivor leaderboard, he was always first thing you saw. Either he was like 5th or 4th. His highest was like 2nd. He says he was first for a bit. He was always like 2nd or 3rd. And to be fair, it's kind of hard to outrank other people since this game is all about duoing. If your duo is always higher than you, you guys are always gonna get you guys are always gonna get the same amount of points. And if your duo is the rescuer main, that's even worse because the rescuers always get more points than the kiters, unless the kiter did like a 5-cipher kite, in which case the rescuer never got a chance to rescue. But like back then, I don't know if this is still the case, but back then rescuer would always. I'm pretty sure it's still the case, but unless you did a 5-cipher kite again. That's still the same. But what if you did a 3-cipher kite? Do you still get best deduction? You at least get 2nd best deduction because the other 2 people who are decoding get way less decode points than you get for kiting. Because like you're easily gonna max out the points for kiting 3 ciphers. You're easily gonna get like 3,000 in bravery and then like 2,000 in like one of the other options, tranquility, I think. But yeah. I don't know, maybe the rescuer still, like, the rescuer and kiter, if the kiter only does 3-cipher kite, it's pretty close. So if you're dueling with someone and your duo is a rescuer, they're always going to be gaining more points than you. They're always going to be losing less points than you. Because if you lose a game and you're the rescuer, you were the one who probably wasn't getting chased the whole game, while other people were dying pretty quickly. If they're dying pretty quickly, they're not getting points. Then you're over there in the back, you're decoding, you're rescuing. As long as you're not getting double hit, you'll have a chance to decode after you rescue. Continuously gain points, and rescuer therefore never loses points. On top of that, you have the highest chance of dungeon. Whether that be like late game when everyone's alive, whether that be early like when everyone's dead, because you have abilities to just easily reach dungeon, assuming you're playing mercenary. Not so easy if you're like Gravekeeper or like First Officer. Although I've still done it plenty of times. Seki, have you tried the new Mario Kart mode? No. Chasing Shadows, I played the Moonlit map tons of times. Like a lot of times I've played the Moonlit version, but I hear that there's a Golden Cave version, and I haven't played it yet. When can you play forward? I don't know, assuming we get a match. I should play forward. Guys, I've been thinking about doing, like, even before Lawyer's Buff, I was thinking about doing a lawyer stream where I put on my suit, get some sunglasses. Maybe I wouldn't put them on for the whole stream, just at the start. And do the whole stream in a lawyer suit, because I actually have a suit. A blue suit. And now Lawyer got buffed, so we definitely got to do that. Definitely got to do the lawyer stream. Like I know I've done a lawyer stream before, but I mean, it didn't have its own thumbnail. It didn't have its own costume. Like, I've done the doctor stream, alright? Come on. I did that whole doctor stream in a lab coat, alright? That's cool. That's cool. I did a cowboy stream with a whole, like, cowboy looking outfit. I don't know. Was I wearing jeans that stream? I really hate jeans. but at least, like, blue jeans. I don't like blue jeans, bro. But anyway. Yeah, we gotta do a lawyer stream. Like, the whole Rizzler setup kind of deal. Bro, walking into, like... I don't know, do they wear that in the club? I mean, you probably could, but no one's going out that hard, right? Golden Cave version is really cool. That sounds good. I added your alt if you wanted to add it back. No, Scab. I just gave you my ID so I can immediately reject you. Alright, there you go. I added all you guys. My cat is watching stream with me. That's cool. Yo, Sonya's cat always sticking around to watch stream. They the real ones out here. Not you guys. Not Sonya donating £2 every single stream. No, it's the cat. The cat is the real one. Don't add Scab. Dude, I remember you guys remember that one stream where I was like getting confused with who was donating? I thought like Sonya donated and Scabula was the one donated. So I kept saying, thank you, Sonya. Or some stuff like that. Or maybe Sonya donated and I thought it was Scabula and I'm like, thank you, Scabula. I don't remember which one it was. I still don't know who was who or even who donated. Those are some crazy days though. And then people in chat were just saying, my Sombula. My Sombula. Oh, I was supposed to play one composer match. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that in the all rig, I guess. We'll probably get one match today, and that's it. Sonya's cat, most loyal viewer, for real. Hold up, fam. Dude, this is probably gonna take like 20 minutes. It's probably gonna take like, oh, Michael Sarah. God, that's my hair? I gotta fix that. Alright, practice at 11 today to do Jose's 2 rounds. Her looks fine, bro. Thanks, Oka. I still don't know how people mix me up with everyone. Dude, I don't know, Luca. You're Mesky in one situation, Luca in another. I think you also have like another account called Luca or Vesti. Dude, I don't even know anymore. I'm confused. Luca, I mix you up with ADV a lot. I think the AUS looks like... Oh, you're right. Damn. You guys got more brains than me. I had to wait 20 minutes for every rank match today. Damn, that feels bad. Feels bad, man. Dude, I should do that thing that Alex does. You guys know that Chinese hunter Alex? Where like I play another game. Oh crap though. Oh shoot. Hold up. I'm sure there's a way to make it smaller screen. Where you play another game while waiting for a match. You guys remember this game? Hold up. From like last Halloween? Who remembers this game? Who remembers this game? You might already recognize it from the sound though. I don't know, we're kind of late into matchmaking now. We're probably gonna get matched in like 10 minutes. Hey, we're just gonna have to finish this game in like 10 minutes then. Simple as that.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Alright, hold up. Look, I saw somewhere where you can make the screen smaller. Let me find it. Oh shoot! Never mind. You guys don't have to hide in the comment section this time. Alright, get away. Yeah, I did it. Let's go. Okay, I did it. Now what? Can I make it smaller? Oh god, the FOV sucks. It's okay. It'll be the sacrifice I'll have to make. Oh my god, we just banned Lizard. It's okay. Let's be honest, they were probably gonna go Lizard anyway. Alright guys. Hold up. Let me close this so it's not like I'll close the game in the meeting so it's not killing my laptop. Cause that thing takes a lot of CPU. I mean, I don't look. If you're wondering, Psyche, what does this nerd talk about CPU? Well, you sound like such a nerd right now. Don't worry, I know I do. And trust me, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it means. I don't know what the maximum like is. I don't know what it means when my streaming site tells me, oh, your CPU is currently 0.5%. 0.5% what? Do I have Composer? Yes, I do. Oh no, don't run that! Yes, let's go. I'm so glad I didn't rank with y'all. Hey, Luca, I think you were here last time. We were here a long time. Hold up. I gotta do, what's his name? Composer this time. Seki, will you ever play Don't Starve on stream? Maybe like a Halloween special or something? That would be pretty cool. I never thought of it as a horror game, but you're right. There is like this feeling of dread when you play the game. Like, even though I know exactly what to do, because I played the game enough times where I've lived a whole year, and after that, unfortunately, I play like the regular Don't Starve. I don't have Don't Starve together, so like after you live a whole year, there's really nothing to do after the ruins, because the whole problem with like the regular Don't Starve is. Okay, I see the hunter. Good thing someone pinged from factory, because that meant no one could spawn. The hunter couldn't spawn on this side of factory. I would have gone straight to shed, assuming hunter spawns at factory. And that's like why I hate Leo's memory. You can never really figure out where the hunter is. Like, it's such a 50-50. Like, they spawn on such different sides of the map. At least on something like Church, or maps like that, you can like rule out. Like, there's a couple options, but all the options are on the same side of the map, so you just don't go on that side of the map. And like that's way better. That's how I figure out hunter spawn, even though I didn't get key spawn, because I know their general area. I don't need to know specifics. I just need to know general area. If the general area is about the same, I don't need to know exactly where. Like, oh, I don't like. Let's say hospital. If I spawn 3 pallet, do I really need to know if hunter spawned the outside hospital versus outside statue? Not really. Either way, hunter's gonna come from that general direction, so I'm just gonna stay away from that direction and not run there. So situations like that where like I didn't get key spawn, but I nailed down the spawns. Like I ruled out the spawns that it could be, and both are in the same direction, so it's like easy. Just don't go there. Just rotate away from that area where the hunter spawned, and that way you don't run into the hunter. But Leo's memory, where the spawns are like on multiple sides, like it's either 50-50 that side or this side. If no one pings, it's like, well, now I just gotta stay in between, and the in between really sucks. Like there's nothing in between here to use. The good areas is like there's like shed, and then there's like factory. But if I run factory and hunter spawn factory, oh no, I shouldn't have dropped that. But like hunter spawns factory. Wow, she's really gonna go after me? It's a free rescue now, so it's a good thing. Unless she chases me, no, she's not. So the hit was fine. Obviously, better not to take a hit there. But you know what? If you were to ask me, say, would you trade a free hit and not get chased for your team to get a free rescue, I'd say hell yeah, absolutely. But there was a way to avoid the hit there, definitely, and still get a free rescue. So it's not like I had to take a hit for that free rescue to happen. All right. Really, I was thinking that the whole idea there is like I'm thinking, all right, well if she comes after me, we get a free rescue, and so I'm thinking she won't go after me, so I'm gonna be aggressive with the Cypher. She did go after me, but we got a free rescue, and I believe the free rescue is worth more than my health. So that's why I went for that. That's why I was like thinking, no way she's gonna let a free rescue happen. She should know. She should be taking the guaranteed like farm. She should be staying by the, well, not guaranteed, but like have a chance at farming, right? Instead of going after someone who won't even be her target. See, now if he gets teleported on, now it's scary. Now it's pretty bad. Because that person didn't kite for as long as I was hoping. For a free rescue, not as long as I was hoping. Alright, this is last Cypher here. So we're just gonna prime it all the way. And that should be good. She does have blink, that means she could switch to teleport. Did she just hit the chair? Yep, she just hit the chair. So yeah, I played Don't Starve a lot. I can survive a lot. I've gone to the ruins and I've come out survived. I've gone back to the ruins to clear out the whole ruins. And I've also beat that boss with the big horn. I tried to do the big pillar glitch. I couldn't make it work, so it was kind of rough trying to fight that guy normally, but otherwise I have cleared out everything. Besides the spelunky huts, just avoid those. Do not go there. There's nothing worth it to do there anyway. But yeah, that's the problem. There's also the problem that for the mobile version there's a bug where no boss spawns. You would go whole winter without Deerclops spawning on day 30 like he's supposed to. If you started in fall, Deerclops supposed to spawn in the middle of the night on day 30. And he didn't spawn. I was like sitting away from my base ready so he doesn't destroy my base and I can just take him out and like out in the open. Like where he has nothing in like valuable to target besides me. And he just never showed up. The only boss that showed up was Moose Goose. That's the only boss that ever showed up. And that's because I was lucky enough to find her her nest. I never found another nest in another world. And yeah, same thing. Dragonfly never showed up. And the Beaver guy never showed up. I know Beaver guy doesn't show up the first fall, but hey, I survived the second fall just to see, and he still didn't show up. And so there's like a bug on the regular Don't Starve for mobile. I'm sure if I go on the computer, it would work just fine, but it doesn't work on the mobile. There's also like a couple weird bugs, like if it's fall on the surface, it's actually spring in the cave, meaning that it's infinitely raining, which means that you actually want to go in the cave when it's spring, because then there's no rain there. It's like as if it was fall, which honestly I think that's better. I think I'd rather it be like that, because spring is like, I'd rather use my fall for something more valuable on the surface. Right, I don't want to have to waste it being in the caves because fall is such a valuable time where I'm not getting like bashed by the seasonal elements. Like it's so nice that I don't have to carry extra equipment or anything just to avoid going insane because of water or like my tools slipping out because like when I'm trying to fight hounds or something like that in spring, or like being next to an endothermic fire the whole summer. Also, the caves are always in summer, so. or like this one's the worst one. It's summer and you go in the caves, it's winter. You freeze in the caves. That one made no sense. And when it's winter in the caves, it's summer in the... Sorry, when it's winter on the surface, it's summer in the caves. There are so many weird bugs on the mobile version. Like everything is reverse. Like the whole season is reverse. I've had a world where the surface is like, alright, whatever the surface is, that's what it is. But the cave was the opposite. But then the ruins was the surface. So I would have to, if I wanted to travel to the ruins, I would have to, because on the regular Don't Starve, you'd have to travel through a second hole inside the cave, so you're going into another hole of the hole you just went into. So if that makes any sense. I know it doesn't make sense because in the multiplayer version, the ruins is connected to regular caves, so there's no like second hole you have to jump down. But that's the way it works on like the regular version, the first version. You jump down the caves and you jump down another hole, like a second caves, which is called the ruins, inside of the caves. So it's like a cave inside of a cave, basically. And so these are considered separate worlds. So for whatever reason, the surface would be like fall, right? Autumn. The caves would be spring, so it would be permanently raining in there. And if you're wondering how it's raining in the caves, it means like the idea is like the water seeps from the top of the ground above you and falls down, and that's why it's always like gently raining. And then in the ruins, it was autumn. Nothing was going on in the ruins. So like it was so confusing. I'd be like, oh my god, it was awful. And I've had worlds where it's like it was exactly the same, but it only happened one time where like the caves were also in autumn. So like I don't think I ever got to see if the ruins were also in autumn. But dude, it was so bad. It was so bad. They made it so much better in the second game. For starters, it matches the surface, all the caves in the surface. It matches. So if it's spring up there, it's spring in the bottom. It's not like gonna be winter on the surface and then super hot in the caves, because that would be the worst. Like you go in the caves. I mean, if you think about it, you could actually make it so that, you know, if you're freezing on the top, you go in the caves and then you heat up in there, which makes zero sense. And you'd overheat and then you'd be dying. And then if you stay in the caves and you start overheating in the caves and you left, you would still be overheating in like on the surface. It was like a glitch because it wouldn't realize you're supposed to be cooling down. So you'd have to like leave the game, join back. There's so many weird glitches. Don't Starve Together would be amazing with Mickey. I know it would be. It would be cool. If you buy Don't Starve Together, you get a free copy of it that you can give to a friend. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. See, I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, Don't Starve Together is basically a completely brand new game because there's new. The surface is basically the same, but there is, for starters, you can go in the water. That's a whole other side of the world that I didn't even touch. Right, I know nothing about once you go in the water. What's in the water, like what's out in the water, the biome, the moon biome. I don't get that at all. Apparently, they added like, I don't remember if that was in Hamlet, but there's like a floating biome in the water or something like that. I don't even remember if that's a thing. The cave has like a different biome. There's like a whole new like part of the world of the story where it's like these colorful gems. You guys know what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about the regular gems. I'm talking about like, oh, there's like this one sphere and it's like has like light colors of all these moonstone. I think that's what it's called, right? And like it belongs to this one biome that's like not in those servers. It's like a whole different game basically. There's like all this extra stuff. Like there's the Santa Claus guy, like different boss. There's like all these extra bosses. There's the Crab King, which apparently really is a really bad designed boss. So we'll see about that. But yeah, I know the basics. I know like, okay, if you were to throw me in the surface, right? I'd be able to survive the surface. I'd be able to deal with the caves. I might have trouble finding the ruins because I'm used to finding like a sinkhole inside of the caves because that's the way it was in Don't Starve. So really, you're trying to look for like a bunch of light bulbs like in a mud colored area. I think that's the entrance of the ruins, and then you try to find it, and then like refreshes every time you kill the Soul Weaver guy. Not Soul Weaver, whatever his name is, the Dark Fueler or whatever his name is. Oh man, because in the regular Don't Starve, guys, once you farm all of your ruins, it can never come back. It never comes back. So you have a limited amount of materials from the ruins in the first game. Because there's no way to refresh it. So you might be wondering, well, how is that fair? You only get one ruins. Technically, in the Don't Starve, this one confused me a lot. Because I would be watching a lot of Don't Starve, right? And they go down different sinkholes, but it's the same cave, just in different parts of the cave. In Don't Starve, you jump down a sinkhole, 2 different sinkholes, and they're completely different caves. Like completely different generated. There's a very good chance that it's guaranteed, basically, that they're not going to be the same. Which means they also have a different ruins that are not going to be the same. and you get 3 per world of those cave sinkholes. So then you get 3 different ruins. But once you clear those out, you're done for. There's nothing else. Now, to be fair, you get so much from the first ruins that by the time you go through the second and third, you're gonna have tons, but it means it's a limited resource. It does suck you they patched it recently. Oh, I'm not talking about the PC version. I'm talking about mobile version. Like, the mobile version has so many bugs. So many bugs that they never fix. Bosses don't spawn in. It's opposite seasons between caves and surface. I wouldn't say ruins never refreshing is a bug. I feel like that was intentional. Because there's no way to refresh it. There's no fuel weaver to kill to refresh it. Like there is in Don't Starve Together. I've played Shipwrecked. I'm not a big fan of Shipwrecked because there's a lot of time where you're just sitting around in a boat trying to find someone. So the early game is like the most annoying part for me in Shipwrecked. But I like the variety of seasons. That's really cool to me. Except the meteor shower. I don't like the meteor shower. Because on certain floors it's really hard to see the shadow. I have died 2 times in a row. Because of random meteor showers, of me not being able to see where the shadow is, and I just randomly die. That really sucked, by the way. Like, what am I supposed to do about that? The shadow is literally not visible. Cause like I was in like the rock biome. I would always try to go to like a safe biome, where like if the meteors, like when the meteors are landing, it's not like destroying my base. I'm in an area where like I can afford for stuff to get destroyed. It was in the rock biome, which at first I thought was great because it's breaking all the rocks for me. But then I realized it's not so great because it's also burning all the tall bird nest, and then there's no tall birds anymore. And I didn't even think about how the ground is colored black, the same color as the shadow, so you can barely see the shadow, and that's how I died, because I can't see the shadows. Why does journalists have such good eyebrows? I don't know. I never looked at them. What makes them good? What makes them good? What makes a good eyebrow? 101 questions guys always wonder. What makes a good eyebrow? They look very clean. Cause she got money from selling. Oh my god, bro. What about me? What about me? Do I have a good eyebrow? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that curvature in the eyebrow. You see that? See that just like her? We're copying that curvature. They're not very clean. Oh. Alright, don't answer that, Saya. Homegirl goes to Sephora weekly. Your eyebrows are very hot. I still don't get what makes an eyebrow hot. Like, they're full? What does full mean? Angled? What do you mean angled? They just look clean? I guess I could see clean. I'd fill your eyebrows a bit. See, I don't get it. You mean there's not enough hair in my eyebrow? Full equals not patchy? You think I have patchy eyebrows? Do I have patchy eyebrows? That's a good question. Luca, shut up. Okay, I think that wait time was that short because the hunter finished the match the same time we did, obviously. So I'm sure the hunter went into matchmaking and they thought, okay, these two are just going to keep matching over and over. I think they got a match. I think the hunter got a match and we did. A pluck here and there. Okay, fair enough. Wax my eyebrows? I don't want to be eyebrowless. What are you talking about? Hell no. Not waxing your whole eyebrow. What part are you waxing? Because, dude, I remember I went to a barber, right? And my stepmom, she paid for the whole thing. And, like, I was just going to go in for a haircut, right? But she insisted, oh, you should get the full experience. You should have them like shave your eyebrows a bit or like do everything. Like I didn't even realize she didn't say that, but like I didn't, and like it didn't say that anywhere. Like a shave, it just said shave. So like I thought it would just be like my face, and I just like shaved like a week ago. So I didn't think it was necessary, but they did it. Like a super clean shave, and then they also did to my eyebrows. I like, you can do that. Never wax your eyebrows. They don't grow back sometimes. Alright, noted. Can you now remove the ugly hood in this room? Oh, you mean this one? This thing? Okay, well it's gone now. Yo, that reminds me, I still never did the story mode on my main account. They released this really cool story mode, and I never checked it out. And like, obviously I'm not gonna do it on the old account, right? But I didn't even do it on the main. You don't like the eyebrowless look in general? Oh, I don't think anyone likes it. God damn. No, because I'm just like thinking, where could the eyebrows use some work? I don't see it. I don't see it, man. Crap, now I can see how red my face is in some spots. It's so dry in some spots. And then there's just like this part is so oily. I knew somebody who waxed her eyebrows and tattooed eyebrows instead. Hey, you never had to worry about filling your eyebrows ever again, right? Yeah, Ashes of Memory. I never did that. Segi, can you try her out after a rank? Who's her? You mean cheerleader? I can't even buy cheerleader yet. Is cheerleader out yet? No. No. I mean, like, you can whale for her, you can spend a bunch of money and maybe get her S skin and unlock her, but you can't even buy her. It says available in 1 day. Is it available? Wait, it's available tomorrow? There's gonna be maintenance tomorrow? Usually it's always a day, like, behind. Right now it's a day ahead? Whenever it says 1 day left, that means it's like Wednesday and it's gonna update that game. Right now it should say available 3 days from now. That's what it should say because it's a Monday. Seki, will you keep your promise and play forward? Yes, we'll play forward. If we get a match, we'll play forward. Thank you for reminding me. I definitely would have forgotten. Estimate wait time to I'm pretty sure it's because when we finished the match, the hunter also went into matching, and that hunter just got a match before we matched them. People draw in new eyebrows. Bro, if that girl, if I found a girl that's like eyebrowless, but she drew in her eyebrows, I go home with her and she takes out her makeup. I'm like, bro, did you just shave your eyebrows? Where did they go? I'm never gonna be able to look at it the same again. But I guess if they tattoo it, you know, then they can't take it off. But yeah, if they do it with makeup, I'm gonna be like, they like call me, I'm gonna be like, what the hell was that? You scared me. I thought there was a ghost in this house. No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, maybe I would. Maybe she likes playing like that. Probably not. Probably not. She probably not gonna take that too kindly. They're scared of you, Seki? Who? The hunter or girls? I'd say both. Dude, I am sorry, guys. Every time I see this emote, I keep thinking of, like, it's a butt slap emote. Like, Why did this have to be the picture for general mode, for general provoke? God damn. I mean, that's not a provoke, guys. That's a seduction right there. That's crazy. I'm sad we don't have a butt slap emoji. Yeah, for good reason. Thief has it. Thief has butt slap. He's the one guy who has butt slap. For better or for worse, he has butt slap. You have female dancers whipped too. Relax yourself, Oka. You're getting into some weirdly kinky territory there. Yeah, he has two butt slap. He has the one where he goes on the ground. Wait, he has a second one? No, wait, that was the one I was thinking of. Wait, there's a second one? Which one's the second one? It literally has a heart after she does the whip? Mm-hmm. I wonder why. Thief provoke? Well, what's the other one called then? Thief lie down? I guess. Let's see. Dude, that one is so too funny. See, this is the one I was thinking of. There's another one? Hey, if there's another one, I don't have it. It's not showing up. Wait, there is no thief provoke. What? Oh my god. Where would you get thief provoke? It must have been from like a crossover or something. Oh, it's from Lantern? Wait, there's a Lantern deal with Thief, and you have to get that emote through a Lantern? Dude, I thought I collected all the Lantern deals. I thought Hellumber 1 was the only one to collect. Oh, I got in Thief Lantern deals too. I was like looking at the scan, I'm like, why would I want this? It's because there's an emote in there? Like an exclusive Lantern emote? Dude, I gotta get it now. God damn, bro. I didn't even know there was a second one. That's crazy. Damn. Lantern sending a YouTube one? I've never seen this one before. Dude, that's crazy. Alright then. Time to play Thief? No, we gotta play Forward. Forward user wants to see Forward. If it wasn't obvious from the name alone. Alright, let's see here. I think they changed this. Okay, yeah, this used to be struggling. Thank you, devs, making it less of a pain to do now. Yeah. Dude, I can't believe the struggle one was there for so long. That's crazy. Struggle 2 times from the hunter. They just left that there for so long. That's about as bad as Hellumber needing to find 2 survivors in lockers when that was a thing. Back then, Hellumber's last seduction was find 2 survivors in lockers. I actually managed to finish it because I got friendly survivors. What is it now? Hit a survivor together with a pupper. Okay, that's doable. That's very doable. Tell me why I got an ad just to watch a 10-second video. Should check you on the leaderboard. You're up there? Yo, where's the leaderboard? Who is this guy? Yo, is Honor on here? Is this you? Oh no, it's not you. Sauce soda? What the? Oh hey, we got a match. Oh my god, we got 2 matches in the span of 1 hour? That didn't even feel like 1 hour. I just wasted an hour for that? What the hell? Alright guys, well I gotta go out for this match. Alright, we're banning Gamekeeper. That's you? I'm forward, my user is forward. Alright, I guess he found you. Alright, we're gonna play forward. Here we go. Bad stuff is about to happen. Maybe it's gonna be like some boosted hunter that doesn't know how to deal with forward and we just win. Did you guys notice they changed forward from like a rescuer to an assist character? It says he's an assist character now instead of a rescue character. I'm really surprised the devs did that. The devs are like very like, oh, they like, oh, they're not like ones to think about what can forward do besides rescuing. They're more like, oh, slower decoder equals rescuer. Hence journalist. Sorry, journalist users. Isn't he bald? Yeah, he's bald, but game prioritizes assist. It says rescuer is his secondary role. Some survivors have like secondary role in there. Like priestess, I'm pretty sure Markstar is like kiter and assist. But if you were to look just in the game, in the lobby, it would. Oh my god, this is an AFK. Oh no, this is gonna be the last match too. If you were to mark, I was like thinking, because whenever you spawn shed, like right next to Pal, like right there, Hunter either spawns there, double doors, or ruins. Either way, they all come to shed, and so basically shed at pallet is a guaranteed chase. So I'm like wondering, where's the heartbeat? Bro, it's just AFK. Yo, forward user. I'm sorry you had to have this happen, but hey, good for me. Good for me, we take those. 20 minutes of wait time for this. I'll take the 40 points. I'll take the 14 points, not 40. Is he still there? Hunter's nearby? Well, Hunter's just below you. Oh, is this the bot? It's not moving robotically. If it was moving robotically, it would like change angles without turning at all. Without like visibly turning around anything. It's like PC behavior. If it looks like a PC player, then it's a robot. Because like PC players, they can go forwards and then backwards without ever changing their direction because obviously keyboard keys, arrow keys, do that. So like, I don't know. It looks like he's moving pretty normally. We'll know for sure right here. Okay, I can't see him when he turns though. No, that's definitely a real player. A really unfortunate real player. Oh my god. Up, he's back. Watch him swing. Here he comes. Ah, rest in peace. Oh, he's still going at it. Well, now we can just walk around the window then. He gave us time. Watch him like YOLO Foggy. YOLO Foggy? Oh, he's gonna swing now? It's just like the delay. You can tell from like the 2-second delay, he's gonna swing like 2 seconds after you vault it. And when he walks up to a window, he like vaults it 2 seconds after he's already standing on it. Swing? No, he didn't swing. You can tell because there's no sound effect. Alright guys, watch out, his Foggy's back. YOLO! Yo! What?! Oh my god. I'm blaming that on lag. He should have been between the pallet by then. He should have been in between the pallet by then. Look at how slow he moves! I swear that was lag. I swear that was him lagging. He should have been at the pallet by then. Oh my god. I beat him to the pallet. Foggy from a mile away? Foggy through the wall? YOLO? Honestly, he'll probably do it, and it's like, because of how laggy he is, I don't really know where it's gonna go. Like, he could, for all I know, he'll suddenly turn like a corner because of the lag and just go the other direction. Foggy just goes opposite direction I'm expecting. Watch him like Foggy, like, Like, look, this guy's lagging, okay? He's desperate. He's gonna swing it at every chance he gets. Told you. My man is desperate. He's in need of some serious CPR. Okay, now he lost. Rescue a balloon teammate using bomb. Yo, okay, one of you guys go down. I need to do this. Hold up. Come on. We got a willing sacrifice here. Watch him like Foggy. I honestly I thought that was gonna hit me because for whatever reason the Foggy blade hitbox is wider than like its hitbox for hitting obstacles. So even though it doesn't hit an obstacle, doesn't mean it's not gonna hit you if you're on the side of an obstacle. See what kind of Ripper are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with this kind? Yep, we're dealing with that kind of Ripper. No, we just surrendered. See, there's the Rippers who are safe, who know as long as they just wait for a good opportunity, they're guaranteed to get the hit. And then there's the Rippers who are like, oh, he's not by the pallet anymore, but let's just yellow it through the wall anyway. And that time he messed it up. That time he should have walked closer. You want to redo it? Hey, sorry, man. It's 10. It's 10. Rank is over, and I gotta go. Ted Hunter lost me at the start. I'm so proud. Dude, my Hunter was going so slow, I hit the pallet before I hit him. Follow-up question. It would depend if you were a 10 out of 10 or not? What do you mean? Oh, above. If you're a minor, I'd rather die than face legal repercussions. Miki, don't say that on public, man. Take away that follow-up question. Alright, Philip. Yeah, you heard Lantern. You beat that palace. I'm CPR certified. Would you trust me? Hey, I mean, you'd have to touch me, so I think we take those. Guys, I'm never saving Miki. I need a redo. Seki tomorrow, please. Oh my god. What the hell, man? I'm joking, guys. I'm joking about the CPR. That was a joke. Chill. Seki, maybe we take those? Maybe that's where it's... Dude, I got that Riz in the works. I just have no one to Riz up. I've waited a month for this. You waited a month just to get in an AFK and then playing with 500 ping. Did he say anything? No. Bro had no comment about that match. He knew his mistake. He knew the risk he was taking when he loaded up IDV when he was eating his McDonald's Happy Meal in the restaurant. He knew what he was expecting. Let's just save that. Alright. Here we go. Yo, I still need to do this. Oh look guys, recent Sharji guide. Recent characters to come out. We got Nayad. This character came out what, 3 years ago? 2 years ago? These are supposed to be the recent characters, by the way. Looks like they didn't update it. Season 20 Essence. Oh, okay, well at least they updated that. We meet again. Wow, 10% off? Wow, that's pretty cool. Too bad it cost it goes. Bro tried to riz me up all the time. Shh, go eat rice, Miki. Yo, Michi, you didn't have to go that far. That's a low ball, my man. Low ball. Alright, guys. Alright, guys. Thanks for coming. Later. Take care, guys. This is like my YouTube outro, word for word. Alright, guys. Thank you guys for coming, watching the stream. I will see you all later. Take care. This has been Seki. That's literally word for word, my outro. I didn't even realize it. I'm like, that's just the order I go in. Thanks for playing with me and my minions, of course. No problem. The answer is still no, because what if you save my life with the craziest mouth-to-mouth interaction? Holy moly, and you turn out to be a third cousin or something. What even is a third cousin? Does that mean like you guys have the same great-great-great-grandparent? Because like my cousins, we all have the same grandparents, or at least half of our grandparents are the same. So would that mean a second cousin would be like we have the same great-grandparent in our lineage at least? Like, because obviously we're gonna have more great-grandparents in our some of our great-grandparents won't be the same, but those specific will be the same. So like, would that be a second one? And like my third cousin would be like same great-great-grandparents? Dude, I don't realize how this works. I don't. For a long time, I didn't even really know what uncle, aunt, cousin is in English. Like, I would just call my aunt Chocha, having no idea what it translates to in English. And then someone tells me, "Oh, so you're like," I would have to explain to people, "Oh, so I had this thing where my sister's, where my mom's sister," and then they interrupt me and she's like, "Oh, so your aunt?" I'm like, yeah. I mean, if that's what an aunt is." I wouldn't know how to say that shorter. I'd just be like, oh, my sister's sister. Oh, sorry, my sister's sister. What the hell? So then it would be my sister. My mom's sister. Or like my dad's brother or something like that. I wouldn't know how to say that. You know, by the way, that's really odd. On my dad's side of the family, I have no aunts. And in my mom's side of the family, I have no uncles. At least not immediate ones that are like, you know, siblings of her. Because maybe you could have like other... See, I don't know what do you call it outside of that at that point. It would be your great-grand-aunt uncle. I don't get it then. So we wouldn't have the same grandparents? Great-grand-aunt uncle. So then that would have to be related to, you know, a sibling in my lineage. Meaning that those siblings would have to have the same parent. So great-great-grandparents. We'd have the same great-great-grandparents? Is that what's going on? Because like if we'd have to have the same, dude, I don't get it. Let's just stop this right now, guys. If you enjoyed this stream, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like it up if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one right here on the channel. I don't know where I just went. I just clicked the button and I'm somewhere in the game. Psyche, are you doing a cheerleader stream when you can? Yeah, we'll definitely do a cheerleader stream when I can. It's just for now, I can't do anything. Oh, did they add... Oh, I feel like I already knew about that, though. Anyway. Guys, that'll be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all later, guys. Take care. This has been Psyche. Peace out, guys. Have a good rest of your day.